Hello! Good evening! Hi. I didn't know what to say all of a sudden. Good evening, everybody. 5 p.m. What is today? Tuesday? No, sorry, Friday. I wish it was Tuesday. I mean, I wouldn't have to go back to work for a while. You sound batter. Hell yeah. Shinso, thank you for respubbing. Wow, 17 months! Woo! Goodness. 17. How many is 2 years? 24? Oh, okay. I can't believe we're doing this. Speaking of, well, not really speaking of anything. I think I got my Hana and Solomon sleeves in for Piñata and Blackfire. Where's my tits? Oh, fuck, you're right. Where's everything? I haven't opened anything yet. Sorry, I was actually... I was trying to be productive and sell some stuff. I was listing some stuff on TCG Player. I opened up a little Stormfront so I could try and sell some of this crap. Hold on. Whoop! There's a little green boy for you. Alright, hold on. There we go. And then stream labels, I forgot. So I was literally busy until like 10 minutes before. I was like, ah, shit. Gotta go to work now. Oh, alright, everything's open. Everything's ready. How do I open this? The package. Ow! Hello. For Blackfire and Piñata. Hell. Oh, jeez, hide. There's so many. Oh my goodness. The logo. So for the Solomon sleeves, these ones are slightly different from the ones that I have. Oh wait, let me make sure. Let me check. Oh. I used the wrong version of the art. It's fine though. The Solomon sleeves, you have they still look good. The ones I got were a little bit more zoomed in, but the one that I ordered for y'all, it has the Solomon logo on it. Anyway. Can y'all stop throwing stuff? I'm trying to tell you things. Thank you, Shinso. Anyway. The Hana one has my logo too, just like my other ones. Anyway. So I bought... What did I buy? Oh, I bought 2 extras. Bought 2 extra sleeves to sell. 2 extra sets, not 2 extra sleeves. Anyway. So how's everybody doing? How was your, Friday? Today's Friday, right? Slightly different. You could say it's limited edition. The one I have would be limited edition. Y'all have the mass-produced version. It's not even mass-produced. I think it's already limited if I've made 4 total and you've got, like, one of those 4. I'm doing well, boss. Hello, chat. Hey, Lard. Anyway, I have a banana. Oh, no! I ripped the top off. I'm trying to be healthy. Get my metabolism up. How? Eat bananas even though I hate them. I hate banana every day. Good, eat more. I bought 14. I bought 14 bananas to eat 2 every day for a week. Bananas are a lot cheaper than I thought they were. I think 14 was only like $1 and some change. $1.48 or something. Is this where we stopped? I could have sworn we were done already. I was like, I don't remember if we got the verdict or not. Gabe was like, no, you're almost done. And I was like, I can't keep going. Bananas are cheap and freeze well for smoothies. All I know is that you can't put them in the fridge because they ripen faster. Why did I... Let me finish eating my banana, actually, because I realized I'll never be able to eat it during this whole game. We found out, I think, that Ashley, who's not Eggert, is actually the son of the brickmaker, Mr. Mason. And, the whole thing was to, like... Oh, and that he also killed McGilded. He McKilled and McGilded. I thought you were done. This is the first time I see something this detailed in a long time. Sorry. Bananas are surprisingly difficult to eat. McMurder most foul. That's what the name of the trial should have been. I don't know if y'all saw, I pulled the Charizard reprint in the Celebration set today. I wish I didn't. I almost wish I didn't, because at first when I got these cards, I was like, I should open them on stream. And then I was like, nah, I don't have the self-control for that. Oh my god. Oh well. That was about all I got, though. I think that was the only good card I got. I don't think... Well, the box I got it from had 2 promo cards in it when it was only supposed to have 1. So that was the only... the other cool thing. I was like, yeah. Why is Charizard a liability? The problem was only $1, but it's not worth anything, but it was fun. Getting it out and 2 cards popping out. Liability. I hate bananas, but I like the flavor and stuff like smoothies. I think McDonald's has like a banana strawberry smoothie or something like that. I like to get that sometimes. What happened with the 1K Charizard, I feel like people kill for them. What the fuck? I'm not going out like flexing it like in my wallet. If someone killed me for this Charizard, I think I'd just be confused. It's like, fam, it's only $80. I don't know if it's murder worthy. I'm almost done, I promise. Bugs have killed for less, and bugs have killed for more. I mean... Doesn't that mean everything's a liability then? My computer's worth more than Charizard. Someone could kill me for that, for just streaming. If I die soon, y'all keep that in mind. Every bug watching me right now will be a suspect. Okay, almost done. Last bite. Oh my god, my back popped. Holy crap. So I'm listing things on TCG Player that are in my trade binder that have just been in there forever. And I'm realizing every Pokemon thing that I have in here is worth literally nothing. And all my money is in my Final Fantasy collection. Big foil Needhog's like $11 or some shit like that. I got a Cloudy X promo. He's like $8 or something. I don't even know. All right, let's get to it. I forgot the context of what's going on. Graydon. Who's Graydon? Is this the older one, or is this the dad? They're in a cart, so I assume it's the dad, but I'm confused. Oh, I should do some Final Fantasy XIV fan art. Never thought about that. What do you mean you never thought about that? You draw your character all the time. Yeah. He was trying to get his dad to do this without any context or knowledge, right, on what he was doing, so that his dad could get some money, right? Is that what was happening? Yeah, but it's my character. That's so sad. And then his dad gets McStabbed. Like, what the fuck? This is the first of the 2 discs in the music box. You need to play them. Well, look at that now. What an ingenious little invention. Oh, he commissioned his dad to make the music box. That's right. So then, as promised, 10 guineas for you, young man. What's this? Winterbake's pawnbrokery. It's a pawnbroker's ticket, so it is. You can use it to redeem an article I've deposited there for you. There's no need to give a name. Just hand over the ticket and tell the fiend the watchword. I put a jewel in pawn for you. It'll fetch a good 10 guineas if you sell it, so it will. I've never heard of a pawnbrokery being used in quite that way before. Have you not, Mr. Graydon? London's pawnbrokeries are very useful places, you know. God, I hate the way this guy speaks. I mean like that, Greg. No, I got it. I have some fan art of Arshafant hanging above my bed. That I got at a convention before. Each one is like an extremely secure vault. Oh my. I mean, he's not doing anything other than being unresponsive. I'm trying to avoid saying anything. And so I knew that if he'd taken steps to hide the disc, it would be in that pawnbrokery somewhere. Oh, this was a... that's not the dad then. That was... I don't know. Oh, that wasn't the dad. Otherwise we wouldn't know this conversation. And then on the night he killed my father, he must have entrusted the ticket to someone. Yeah. Yes, to Gina. I remember now that when we first met you at Windibank's that afternoon 2 days ago, you had a description of Miss Lestrade written down. How did you know who you were looking for? From the trial, that pickpocket's testimony was clearly peculiar. Anyone could see that. Just from the trial, it sucks. I realized immediately that she was another of McGilded's pawns, that he must have threatened her somehow. I was fairly convinced it would be her who had the ticket, so I started to make some inquiries. I had a strong suspicion the girl would come out of the woodwork on the redemption deadline. And he was absolutely right. And yes, sure enough, she did. So I think he's already obviously admitted to everything. He already said he McGilded. I'm saying it backwards now, even though I'm trying to do it. Anyway. He's like, yes, it was I! Which was surprising, because I don't know. Oh, he pretended to be a Bobby. Speaking of a Bobby, I was playing Brilliant Diamond, right? And I'm trying to go through a route, and there's some cops there. And one of the fucking cops was named Bobby, and I was like, is this intentional? Is this a thing? Anyway. Back to it again. All I needed to do was wait until the girl went to Windibank's to redeem the articles. No, not that Bobby. Remember? Bobby was like another word for like a cop or something. But unfortunately, she redeemed only McGilded's overcoat and the one disc that was in its pocket. The all-important music box with the second disc inside was missing, because it had already been forfeited 2 days earlier. But I wasn't aware of the fact. Had I not been, I would have avoided my nighttime excursion. He could have just bought it. Meanwhile, an investigation into the stolen government secrets was progressing. We picked up the fact that McGilded was involved. Inspector, you've recovered fast. I don't even remember what happened. I think he was losing his mind because he's like, there's a government secret! So we're playing it in the courtroom, right? They're just like, alright, let's listen to this Morse code. Government secrets. My orders were to recover the stolen information as quickly as possible. I wasn't caught from birth. So we started gathering the fellows' possessions, not positions, and examined whatever we could lay our hands on. We had a full-scale investigation going on at the yard, but we had to keep it as quiet as we could. Then, when the inspector here took the disc from me in the pawnbrokery that day, I became nervous. I was about to say, oh, this guy was pretty nice, and I totally just forgot about the fact that he was selling government secrets. Oops. Sorry about that. And the fact that, you know, he killed the guy, but that's my bad. But the fact that he took revenge on me gilded for it. I don't know. I kind of assumed that he just kind of didn't care about his dad anymore because he was poor. Gregson dying as if the devil possessed him. Wait, what? Ew, poor. So I knew that it was a race against time. I had to find those articles before the police did. So that's what prompted you to break into the place that same night. With the help of your old friends, the Skulkin brothers. What happened that night at the pawnbrokery? I can only describe as a nightmare. Old Nash and Ringo were searching the counter. I'd located the music box I'd sold to McGilded on the shelves for forfeited articles. And the second disc was inside. Yes, I slipped it into my pocket with a very deep sigh of relief. But then, something entirely unexpected happened. What are you doing in my shop? Oh, shit. Wait, what? Did he just fire? He fired immediately? A gunshot rang out in the shop, and I felt a sharp pain in my left arm. The broker fired his gun, and the bullet pierced through him. Did he ever... Oh, okay, sorry. I just never assumed that the pawnbroker guy would just shoot without warning. But maybe that was the warning shot, and it just happened to graze him. Yeah, yes, exactly, but unfortunately, I decided to bring my own gun with me that night, just in case. Mm-hmm. Did he fire back immediately? Bang, kinda ting. Before I knew what was happening, I'd fired back. The man had already turned to flee. I hadn't intended to fire in his direction. I'm a little confused as to how this all went out. I'll just keep reading. I hadn't intended to fire in his direction, much less kill him. But unfortunately for both of us, the bullet hit home. It struck him in the middle of his back as he fled through the storeroom door for refuge. What? Okay, so the way they just explained it was that he was by the door where the music box was, and he just pocketed the disc. When then he was found by the pawnbroker and was fired at, obviously, because we know the bullet is in the calendar. And then he says, without thinking, I fired back, but that would have meant, if that were the case, he would have fired back. He would have had to follow and chase after him to shoot him. What? Are we gonna call that out? I hope. I feel like that's not something they would overlook. He would have had to go around. He would have had to run over to the other side of the counter. Hold it. He intentionally shot the bitch, I bet. As he fled through the storm door for refuge. Sorry, too. It all took place in the blink of an eye. I don't imagine Nash and Ringo even realized what had happened at first. I was terrified, so I fled. And that's the whole story. That's everything that happened at Windibanks on that wretched night. It seems like Graydon hand his gun in his hand. Please, can we call this out? Something's not right here. We're not just gonna like sit here and be like, yeah, that's sad. Are we gonna address the obvious issue? Come on. Earlier, you called McGilded a monster. A man who used his wealth and influence to distort the facts and escape justice for the crime of murder. Oh, antenna shake. Wow. I feel like it's been a while since we got one. Hi, Seven Pains. I don't... Is that a Naruto reference? What a tragic irony. What you have done is exactly the same. They really do shake. They do. I feel like my last antenna shake used to be better though, because I could just... They would wobble when I shook my head. Also, what about the pawnbroker finding the two brothers and tossed one over the counter? Yeah, because that still happened. Something's still not... They're not adding up. Because we know that the tussle happened because of the two pictures. And the discrepancies between them. You've become the very monster you saw and despised so deeply in McGilded. Can I call it out? Yes, I think I have. I think he's just trying to get pity. For accidentally murder. But... Well, this has been a long and exhausting trial. Wait, no, we're not done. I gotta call it out. We gotta call him out. He intentionally murdered him. That's what I'm gonna go on. I think just at this point, we're just trying to drop it. We don't really care. Oh, we're about to get that innocent status on Gina. That's all we need. It would seem that at last we have arrived at the truth. I feel like that's only half-truth. Inspector Gregson, what of Mr. Ashley Graydon? He's been restrained by Lord and is being escorted to the yard. He'll be charged with the murder of Mr. Windibank and the stealing of government secrets. Those are some pretty big charges. How about breaking and entering? That should have been another one. Very good. Either way, I don't think it matters. Like, I don't know what you can get away with. I'm pretty sure the sentence is not light for selling government secrets. And you, Inspector. Excuse me, regrettably, you will have to face charges yourself. Yeah, fuck. Oh, nay. Yes, my lord, of course. Yeah, it transpires that you were complicit in helping a criminal escape justice. The fact remains whether or not you were doing so in the line of duty. The crime is a serious one, Inspector, and it's inexcusable. This music, though. With stumps? What? Are we cutting his hands off? Oh, shit. Now the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade. Yeah? Yeah? It is time for the final education. Did I even say the right word? Is the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Yes, sir. Garadeb Squadron standing by, sir. This is really it now. The last push, the final call, the finishing whistle. My men are ready to deliver their verdicts. Watch some bug still say she's guilty. And watch it be the Russian guy. Thank you, Mr. Foreman. God, imagine we're at the end of the trial and we get thrown for a loop with that last guy. Huh? Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You will now declare your final decisions with the court.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
I want a trial like that.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Say guilty.
Not guilty.
Yeah, fuck. He's in the court. Well, they definitely questioned it. That's the stuff. I'm off the hook. She's so happy. Finally, Bruno, you managed to do it. Sorry, I'm still somewhat choking. Finally is the word. I really wasn't sure if we'd come out on top for a while there. Susie was right. You're the best lawyer in the world. Get bent, you fucks. Miss Lestrade, I'm not finished with you yet. What are you looking at me like that for? Girl, I'm pretty sure you're excused for murder, but not excused for breaking and entering. Well, can you even be tried for that? If you, for something like that, well, in modern times, for something like breaking and entering, you have to be physically fined or like, not fined, but like accused of it by the person whose property you're breaking into, right? So, is that how that works? Can you be accused of breaking and entering if that person's dead? If they can't accuse you? Even if you admit to it? I was about to Google that and I was like, I don't think I should look that up. There's no proof she broke in. I mean, there's verbal proof, right? Before you start enjoying your freedom, there are certain other crimes to consider, that's for another trial for another day. That's not what we're here right now. 2 months ago in my courtroom, no less, you gave false testimony, did you not? I forgot about that. Oops. And in relation to the trial today, not only did you unlawfully enter Winterbake's pawnbrokery, you also attempted to abscond with Mr. McGilded's property, it seemed. Gina, no! I've never done nothing of the sort. Of course not. It's not like you were gleefully wearing McGilded's coat in your cell yesterday or anything. Aw, and just when I was getting excited about throwing a party for Ginny this evening. And turning our attention to the defense. Determining that, when played together, the music box disc contained a message in Morse code was, well, it was certain a most unexpected revelation, Counsel. She wasn't gonna rob, though. It's not attempted robbery if you don't intend to rob. Because her intention was not to go in and rob the manuscript. It was to make sure that it was there. She wasn't gonna take it. Sorry, I'm distracted. So I don't think you can do an attempted robbery unless you can prove that they tried to steal it. Quite so, my lord. The prosecution was caught entirely off guard. In fact, I think we should applaud my learned friend's courage here today. The way he says this word, I can never tell if it's an insult. Perjury is still one of the most heinous crimes in the court. I hope that it's not. She was being threatened, so hopefully they can take that into consideration. I don't know. I don't know, though. I don't know. My learned friend's courage here today. I propose a toast. To demanding that government secrets be disseminated before the entire courtroom. Disseminated? Destroying it? Wait. Oh. Oops. Very sorry about that. It was the only way that I could get Inspector Gregson to admit what he'd done, so... If I may say something on that point. Isn't that... Is it not actually government secrets? Was it a lie? Oh my god. Was he not actually selling government secrets? It's, about the sounds produced by the music box before. I do wonder if that was really Morse code at all. What? What are you saying, madame? Madam. I'm pretty sure he said madam and not madame. Oh well, it's just that I'm really, rather fanatical when it comes to Morse code, you see. So much so that the whole world seems to be covered in dots and dashes to me, in fact. Goodness, madam. I did it again. An unhealthy level of obsession one feels. No, madame. Madame? Madam? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So they're saying somebody committed perjury. Yes. Gina, our defendant. But I must say that in my opinion, the sounds produced by those two discs were nothing more than that. A meaningless series of two different tones. What? Can that really be? It wasn't Morse code after all? Oh, the wet slap. My lord! Remember when Pinata thought the wet slap was an Easter egg? The defense would like to listen to the music box again. Are you off your nut? How many times do I have to tell you? Those discs contain ministerial secrets, sunshine. Well, apparently they don't. This courtroom is not an appropriate forum to discuss the nature of the government communications. We know McGilded conspired to trade national secrets with our enemy. Secrets acquired from Mr. Graydon. Now that the man has admitted to his crimes, we have no need to pursue the matter further. But it's really going to bother me. Hannah, please. Miss Lestrade. Eh? What the fuck? My headset just creaked? Why? That was scary. Why did it do that? Yeah, it could still be. Yeah, me lord. Yeah, me lord. Cold? I don't think so. It's really warm in my closet. My door's closed right now. I should turn on this little fan so I can circulate the air at least. That which you have seen today here in this courtroom has been extremely disturbing. Falsified evidence, intimidation, perjury, a grim catalog of depravity. An appalling experience to befall any child. Come on, it ain't nothing I don't see most days in the back slums. I beg your pardon? If you're weak, you pay for it. That's just how life goes. Gina. But look, I reckon I've worked something out today. The world ain't fair, but if you want it to change, you've got to start at home. Oh, that's so cute. You gotta change how you are yourself. Haunted headset. Hi, Comet. Well, that's a very laudable lesson, I would say. Hi, Neo. How are you? I'm reminded of the fact when Neo walked in and I was like, hey, remember that one mod? I wonder how they're doing, and I kind of miss them. Anyway, that was weird. I eagerly look forward to the born-again Miss Lestrade never gracing my courtroom with her presence again. That'd be good. Now, with regard to the murder of Mr. Pop Windebank, imagine being named Pop. I'm sorry, I'm dying. Proprietor of pawnbrokery business on Baker Street. I hereby declare the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, not guilty! Woo! Why do I keep doing this? I keep making this mistake. Gina, you can't bring a gun into the courtroom. She just bring actual fireworks in here. Gina, that was so cute though. She had a smile on her face. Okay. The internet name was actually Pop before Yamato. You were Gabriel Pop? Yeah, that is all. Court is adjourned. Yeah, I found out in Monster Hunter Rise that there's an insect-based outfit. And, have to go farm now. Why is it just us sitting here staring at each other across the courtroom? This is a very intimate moment between me and Van Zeeks. There's like 3? Oh, fuck. On a personal note, I must say, you've surprised me, my far eastern friend. You didn't call me learned this time. Oh! Despite being a Nipponese, you saw through their pretense and the malice that festered within the Englishmen. What do you mean, despite being the Nipponese? There's always been bug-based armor. Okay, I've barely played World, and I'm pretty sure I never upgraded my armor when I played it. So, because it gave you that not default armor. It gave you some armor that was like really good from the start. So, and at the same time, saw through the grime to the surprising heart of your English client. You have a curious talent for judging character, especially considering our very different cultures. Huh. That sounds like a compliment, if anything. I don't think there's anything curious about it. Whether we're from the Empire of Great Britain or the Empire of Japan, we're all human beings. We're not very different on the inside. It's very weird that Japan is apparently called Japan here. And yet Van Zeeks is still calling me Nipponese. Good for like the first 4 monsters. You must always fashion hunt. That's what I'm doing right now. No, I took this case for one very simple reason. To lock swords with you once again here in the courtroom. I thought this was a circus, sir. Who cares about stats or skills unless you're hunting fashionable? Is there a glamour system in Monster Hunter? Literally, one of the NPCs was mentioning something like style versus stats, and I was like, oh, fuck. He gets it. Does this whole set have negative stats and fire? Yes. Well, I'm still gonna fucking wear it when fighting all the fire monsters, so no biggie. You did? When I encountered you for the first time 2 months ago, it reminded me. I must crush you! Toasting friendship and trust with another Nipponese, only to find my trust betrayed. Is that why he's so out for you? Through you, I hope to look into the eyes of the man I once knew and try and understand. Betrayed by a Japanese guy? You mentioned something similar earlier today, about total betrayal at the hands of the Japanese. You see, I'm saying Japanese, he's saying Nipponese. I feel like these roles are backwards. Yeah, a little bit. What happened exactly? Or maybe he's just like a little old-fashioned and he's just kind of ignoring the change in what do you call it, nomenclature or something like that. Is that the right word? You can dye them? Oh, never mind. I'm pretty sure if that was a slur, they wouldn't be putting it in here, but I mean, in this point period, I don't know. Well, you may ask. And one day, when the time comes, you will learn the answer, whether you like it or not. What does that mean? Alright, then I'll wait for that day if I must. I mean, like, in this age period, he just seems like he still looks a little old-timey. Foreshadowing, right? Coming to be known as the Reaper of the Bailey in my retirement from service 5 years ago. It gives me cause to wonder if our meeting has some deeper purpose. So, farewell, my learned Nipponese fellow. Until we meet again. Oh, well, I'm sure we'll meet again, maybe. Why does he look like the P4 boss? What are you talking about? Oh, I thought you were talking about the forbidden. I thought you were talking about the forbidden P4. He does not look like that guy. Not at all. It's done. It's over at last. But where's Iris disappeared to? Oh, here's Gina. Ah. Congratulations, Gina. What did I just say? I knew it all along. I knew that you were innocent. Well, I really hope y'all can't hear my cough drop like clacking around in my mouth. You did what you said, Mr. Naruhodo. You believed in me right up to the end. You're as odd as your name. Cape, can you? Could you hear it? What's odd about it? I told you I had faith in you, didn't I? Is there sugar in my cough drops? Nope. Yes, there is. Not real sugar, it's got aspartame in it. Oh well. No one ever asked before, see? Kept a promise, I mean, properly. It's awful. I figured something out today. All me life growing up in the slums, I've never trusted no one. But that's just 'cause I've been scared of being stabbed in the back. I mean, the more you trust someone, the more it hurts when they let you down. Yes, I think I can understand that. After all, I had the taste of it in that trial 2 months ago. I chose to trust someone and paid for it. That betrayal left a big scar. A biff scar. You know though, Gina, I worked something out quite recently too. Trusting in someone else is really an exercise in learning how to trust yourself. I'm sorry. This cough drop's really good. Sometimes I try and get the really nasty cough drops so I don't just eat a whole bunch. And, oh, it's the Hall's Breezers kind. It's the berry flavor. But, oh my god, those are so disgusting that I literally cannot even finish a cough drop, so it never works out. But I think it's fine anyway, because, like, it's not like I've just been popping these in my mouth. I've got other things I can snack on. When your gut tells you it's the right thing to do and your trust is rewarded. There's no better feeling in the world. I don't know if this is the end of the game because we still haven't told Iris that the first guy we had to defend against was her fucking dad. There was so much. Man, that revelation. God. I think I have you to thank for reminding me of that valuable lesson. Oh, well, if you say so. Don't make a fat lot of sense to me, though. I'm trying to say that putting my faith in you, Gina, has been a real pleasure. Aw. For crying out loud, pack it in! But I suppose I sort of feel the same way. Oh, I love that! I love when she covers her face like that. I mean, sometimes trusting someone is, you know, alright. Thanks. I love her so much. This is the way I see it, Ryunosuke. Kazuma! Did I tell you all already? Like, when when something happens in like an anime or a story, like a character dies, but it's like so weirdly random or kind of off screen or unexpected that like I assume they're not actually dead. So I don't mourn it. And then by the time it's revealed that they're actually gone, the time has already passed. Like I can't mourn them anymore. And I'm like, I really hate that so much. It doesn't happen too much, but it's like, I almost said Endwalker spoilers, I can't. But when I played Endwalker, it was almost the same thing, if they went another direction. Too shocking, can't be real. It's not even that it's too shocking, it's just like, it's mostly that it's just unexpected. Like, especially like if you think a character's the main character, but then they die and come to find out somebody else is the main character. It's like, what? You don't expect them to actually stay dead. Is that not shocking? I guess you're right. Well, no, I don't think so. It's like, I mean, imagine reading a shonen anime. Imagine watching Naruto and Naruto died in the first, 5 episodes and never came back. You'd be too confused. You'd be like, nah, he'll come back. The show's called Naruto after all. This is a terrible example because it's not real, but, imagine that. It should have been Boruto. I feel like the main character. Oh, I don't know. I'm watching Boruto right now. Oh, excuse me. A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. After this experience, I'm starting to feel like I understand what you mean. Kazuma. Am I living up to your expectations? Am I turning out to be the lawyer you believed I could be? Oh, that smile! Look at Kazuma's smile! I still... Who is disrupting my fantasy? Pardon the interruption. Uh-oh. What the deuce does a man have to do to be noticed around here, my dear fellow? Is it... Eh? What the deuce? Is it Sholmes? I'm confused. It is Sholmes. I was about to say, I was like, is it this bailiff? It is. I can see the light colored hair. It's totally Sholmes. That voice! It's too late for that voice now, Mr. Naruhodo. I've been standing here patiently in the corner of the room for an eternity. Yeah, it's definitely Sholmes then. My dear fellow. Oh, did he? Ah ha ha, yes, it was me all along. I would have said when finally you noticed me. But you people with your incessant babbling. Mr. Sholmes. Ah ha ha, yes, it was me all along. You see? I thought you were having a fever. I got really confused because I saw the bailiffs moving in the background. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, the actual bailiff, the other bailiff turned to look at him. I'd assumed you'd been taken back to the hospital, to be honest. Indeed I was, but I managed to escape again. Oh. I happen to be aware of one or two foibles at the doctor who was tending to me. I merely made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily issued me with a leave of absence. Did we find out about the Did we find out about the scalpel left inside of you? Oh, very above board. But enough of my adventures. That was a fine victory, Mr. Naruhodo. Your tireless efforts justly rewarded, I feel. That turn was very ominous. Congratulations are in order. As a close friend, I tip my hat at you. Oh, thank you. Maybe that's why he keeps fainting. Maybe, I don't know. Some great detective you are, and maybe at being cold as ice, maybe. Have I irked you in some way, Miss Lestrade? Well, you've been having a snooze in your nice soft bed. Some of us have been fighting for our lives. Well, that bullet did cause me to lose a substantial amount of blood, it's true. So I have indeed been feeling somewhat cold. Not perhaps as cold as ice, but... Well, have a feel, huh? Could you take your hands off my neck? Wait, what? Oh, I imagine he's doing the whole thing. It's like, hey, check out how cold my hands are, and they grab you by the neck. But this imagery is making me think that Sholmes is being passive-aggressive and is trying to strangle me with the... with the disguise that he's just trying to test his cold hands. And, in some way, I suppose, congratulations are in order for you too, Miss Lestrade. What's that supposed to mean? Why so half-hearted? Well, naturally, it isn't my intention to alarm you, but... an acquittal in a trial with that particular prosecutor is perhaps a little precarious. Well done, Mr. Sholmes, not alarming in the slightest. Oh, the Reaper, you mean? Because anyone who's found not guilty in a trial he was working on winds up dead anyway, is that it? The very point I was trying to make. As exemplified by the fate of Mr. McGilded, in fact. If someone kills Gina, I'm gonna fucking riot. It was technically Sholmes' fault. Maybe. But if... oh, excuse me. How does this keep happening? But of course, I pay no attention to such irrational drivel myself. Yeah, well, hey, don't bother me. Oh, really? Of course not. The way I see it, the Reaper's a bit like him upstairs. You talking about God? Him upstairs? You mean like God? Yeah, him upstairs knows what's what, right? I like how the I is capitalized because there's no age. He knows what people are like on the inside. He won't have got the wrong end of the stick. And there are some coves like that bog trotter what are rotten to the core. At the end of the day, I'm upstairs makes sure they get what they deserve. I suppose that's one way of looking at it. To find justice is one thing, though. The Reaper taking matters into his own hands and claiming the lives is another. Well, I ain't like that I ain't like the McGildeds of this world, so I can't... so I ain't scared. Fuck, I can't read. I got principles, see? Ba-da-doo-doo-doo. The clockhead honcho? Oh. A trait in which you... oh my god. A trait in you which is to be admired, Miss Lestrade. Oi, just give me a rest, alright? As I was saying, congratulations are in order. How did my cup fall on the floor? The news of your acquittal was very welcome news to me indeed. Let me express my heartfelt congratulations, Gina. Was that... Why does that flash... Maybe I just blinked, and that flash seemed like it lasted a lot longer than it should have. Well, there you are, Harley! How long have you been here? I figured it was Iris. Honestly, I went to the main entrance specifically to meet you there. Oh, Iris, my dear, I do apologize. But wait until I tell you what happened. This pair made utter fools of themselves. What happened? As you know, I have a penchant for disguise. I was hiding in this room dressed as a bailiff. Why is he explaining this story? But these adults didn't even notice my presence at all. It's been an hour already? What the fuck? I feel like I started like 10 minutes ago. They have no idea. Can you imagine, Iris? Could you credit it? Would you credit it? Excuse me, not could you. I'm not sure, really. I beg your pardon? I'm sorry, Harley, but you just don't have the weighty presence you seem to think you have. In fact, you really ought to be careful about that. It's going to land you in trouble one day. All right, we're gonna fight Hurley in the next. Oh God, we're gonna have to defend her. Shirley. Why did I say Hurley? We're gonna have to defend Holmes in the next trial because some bug mistook him for a murderer because he was disguised as said murderer. Watch it. I'll be careful. Ouch. There's always that one trial. I'm not actually sure. But I feel like most of these Ace Attorney games always have that one trial which you had to defend an acquaintance. But, I mean, maybe that was the one for Gina, but I feel like she wasn't close enough to that. Anyway, it's such a shame. I was hoping to throw a party for Ginny tonight. But you won't be able to come, will you? Don't look like I'm gonna be going nowhere for a while. You were the judge's patter. I got stuff to make amends for, apparently. All of them offenses. What was it again? Breaking and entering, taking the bog trotter stuff, what was in lug, blah, blah, blah. I feel like in this game it was yourself. No, they wouldn't do that the first trial. That wouldn't make sense. Yes, I think you'll find that basically being a pickpocket is the main offense. But diving ain't an offense, it's a job, innit? I don't think so. Still. It has me, wow. Still, it has got me thinking all this. Maybe I should start looking for another line of work. I mean, you didn't start off as a lawyer, did you, Odo? Well, no. I don't even think he was gonna be a lawyer. I was never a pickpocket. Well, anyway, I reckon I can make a change. I'm gonna do something, for all of them lot like me from the slums. Something that'll make a difference for him. That's a wonderful idea, Jenny, and I'm sure you can do it. Why is she laughing like that? What is it? Oh, Gina! Nothing. I love her, Miss Gina Lestrade! The prison carriage has arrived, ma'am. No, they're taking her to prison? Prison? What the fuck? Sorry, my hand cramped up and I couldn't adjust myself. Come with me to the rear gate at once. Prison. Right. Well, looks like I'm off then. Yes, goodbye, Gina, and good luck. If I kill her too, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Odo? Yes? Why is she going to prison? Because... Not for murder. For a lot of other things. Like, what was it? Perjury? She had perjury from the previous trial in which she, breaking and entering into the pawnbrokery. And then something like stealing items, but I don't know if that was technically right. Because she didn't steal anything. She was given the ticket by McGilded and then picked up the item. Oh, Bella just laid in my lap. What a good girl. She's only here because she wants to eat, but it's not food time yet. What was that for? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say, so... Oh, indeed. Perhaps the situation calls for a phrase hitherto missing from your vocabulary, Miss Lestrade. On occasions such as this. Maybe thanks? Is that what it... I would recommend a simple thank you. Oh. Oh, yes! It's good advice, Jenny. Bella, sit down. What are you... Oh. She's trying to get comfy. Right, I see. Well... Is she gonna say it and get interrupted? No! She took her hat off! Oh! Thanks, Odo. Oh, Gina! Oh my goodness. I love her! I'm fucking losing it right now. She's so cute. Thank you for everything, what you done, and believing in me. Oh, I'm teary-eyed right now. She's so cute. Not at all. In fact, that should be my line. Thank you, Gina. The smile was it. I was like, the smile, that's enough, that's enough. And then I made tears go down her face. No. Oh, there she goes. I wonder if I'll ever see her again. Ah, goodness. I actually got teary-eyed. I gotta wipe my face. Hold on. I wasn't expecting that. I thought she was gonna get interrupted. I thought they were gonna interrupt that cute moment. Alright. Well, quite the indomitable pick purse. Oh, I nearly forgot. I bought a paper outside. It's a special edition and this trial is all over the front page. This trial just ended. Pickpocket's innocence proven. Isn't it wonderful? You should have shown it to Gina Iris. She would have been thrilled. Oh no, how silly of me. Oops. But anyway, would you like the good news or the bad news? The bad news is that the ship that... the ship that your friend was on has been sunk. Oh god, imagine that. That would be fucked up. The ship that Susanoo was on when going home. It's been blasted off the face of the earth. Ugh, not again. Well, what do you say, Runo Hurley? As usual, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Absolutely not. I have no intention of listening to anything but good news. Bella! Quit chewing on my cable. And there you have it. How people answer that question says a lot about them, doesn't it? Let's not go there. Alright then, maybe let's start with the good news this time. The rain has finally stopped. It was a record level of rainfall, apparently. How is that? Okay. Well, that is good news indeed. We can journey back in greater comfort. Alright, then what's the bad news? A huge storm has left the seas very choppy. Oh, the channel in particular is awful, so sailing out of the Dover have been delayed by a day or more. Susanoo's not leaving! Wait, Dover? That's right. If we head to the station immediately, we may still make it in time to wave Susie off. Oh, she hasn't left yet. Oh, that's right. I thought... They said delayed by a day, so I thought... But... There won't be a train, surely. We couldn't be that lucky. Who do you think I am, Mr. Naruhodo? Mr. Sholmes? I rushed to Victoria Station early and made arrangements for a special express. If we hurry now, we shall be there in time for dinner. And I know of a fine restaurant that serves the most delicious baked sole. I don't... The great detective does it again! Indeed he does. I happen to be aware of a number of rail transport directors' foibles. I love you. I'm sorry. Bella looks so cute. What? I really made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily laid on the locomotive. Elementary. Sure, okay. Just an idea, but it might be wise to stop manipulating people that way. Now say that again, but with your hat off, please. What? You want Sherlock to have his hat off? Sherlock. Not Sherlock. Here I am, immediately being sued. What are we waiting for then? To London, Victoria. Imagine that. Oh, it's nighttime already. Oh wait, they made it seem like it was still daylight outside. Wait, no way. There's no way that the trial would have gone into the AM hours. Maybe the port was a lot farther than we thought. Okay. That took longer. It still went longer than I had anticipated. Cece's boat must be about to leave now. Mrs. Sato, where are you? Got her. Oh, there she is. Over there, look! It looks like she's reading something. Yeah, a fucking book.
Hold it!
Mrs. Sato, wait! What are you doing? I don't know why I gasped at her about to throw a book into the ocean. Mr. Naruhodo, what are you doing here? We came as soon as we could after the trial. I mean, we heard that sailings were being delayed due to bad weather, you see. Oh, I see. Then tell me, how did Gina's trial go? It went well. She was acquitted. Aw, Suicidal. That's wonderful. Really wonderful news. I love Suicidal. Don't you remember how handsome he is without that? Oh shit, you're right. I was fucking stunned. The book you were about to throw into the sea. It was your Encyclopedia of British Law, wasn't it? Oh dear, I was hoping you hadn't seen that. I'm not worthy of practicing law in any way now. So, I was saying my final farewell. You were saying goodbye to law? You, Susato-san? Would I be correct in assuming? It's because of the peephole, Miss Susato. For fucking, what do you call it? Tampering, with the crime scene? I deliberately altered the scene of a crime, and then I tried to hide the fact. What I did is utterly unforgivable. That reminds me. How did you even come to have this, Susie? On the evening of the incident. Is it called tampering with the scene of a crime? Like if... goodness. Probably. I'm trying to think of a situation. Like, say you go to a friend's house and you're always invited to just walk into the friend's house. Their door's like always unlocked or something. And you go in, and it's unusual for them to not answer or respond or something. They even said that they're there. And you go to their room and their door is locked. And you're worried for your friend, and so you break down the door or something. And you find out that they're like dead or something. Like, would you get in trouble for that? For breaking down their door to see if they're okay? Like, you wouldn't know it's a crime scene at that point. So I guess this isn't in modern. It might put you as a suspect, of course. It wasn't a crime scene yet. What do you mean? They were dead. We didn't know it was a crime scene until after we found the bodies. So why would it be tampering with the scene of a crime if we didn't know it was a crime scene yet? We just knew something strange was going on. But anyway. Hana wandering around pulling a Kool-Aid man on her friend. Except the children in the Kool-Aid commercials are dead. Oh no! Oh, that sounds terrible. Imagine a Kool-Aid skit where he bursts through the wall only to find out a bunch of dead children are there. If you didn't know it was a crime scene, then it's not tampering.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they
I don't even know how this sounds like with y'all. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes had invited Gina to dinner, if you remember. Until it actually was taken by police. It's a crime scene, it's not a crime scene. Okay, makes sense. Maybe they just don't know how crimes work. Or maybe that, I don't know. Maybe back then they were considered crime scenes, even if you didn't know it was a crime scene. Oh, excuse me, I clicked the wrong button again. Oh yes, we had a wonderful time. Well, Gina gave us a little more introductory lesson. Gave us a little introductory lesson, didn't she? To the art of pickpocketing, I mean. Oh, that was so much fun. I stole Runo's armband. Yes, please don't do that again, Iris. That band's very important to me. Well, if it's so important, you should pay more attention to it. You didn't notice for ages. I've even got it right now. You were at the scene of the crime, but not the crime scene. Well, yeah. Well, if you know a crime took place, you probably shouldn't move anything, but if you're just busting in because you think something's wrong, it's not tampering. That's all we did. On a whim, I thought it would be fun to see if I could make the if I could take the cat flapomat, so I put it in my sleeve. That thing seems rather huge. Really? And then I rather forgot about it until I found myself in Mr. Windenbeck's shop with later that night. How do you forget about it? I see. And then... Bang! Ah! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! Larry, Mr. Naruto. Right. Bella, come on. Come on, Bella. After Mr. Naruto had left the shop, I started to think that door started to play in my mind. He left? The storm door, you mean? Bella, quit biting me! You say Mr. Sato? I call her Miss. You say she seems dumb? I'm about to beat the shit out of you. Professor Among Us. Excuse me. If Gina was anywhere in the shop, I realized it could only be behind that door. At that moment, the little device that I had up my sleeve sprang to mind. I'm kidding, Professor. I was so worried about Gina, I simply had to know. So I used the cat flapomat to make the peephole in the door. Yeah. This is an anti-bully Susato corner, yeah. As captured in a photographic print of the shop. By one of Hurley's red-handed recorders. Indeed, it was one of the first importance at that point. Precisely when the peephole was made, that information would prove to be Mr. Naruhodo's greatest weapon. Though naturally, without proof, it would have amounted to nothing. But when I looked through the hole in the door, the sight that met my eyes made my blood run cold. Thoughts started to run through my mind. I remembered that trial 2 months earlier. The trial of Magnus McGilded. I thought about how he had manipulated the evidence and arranged false testimonies to secure his freedom. It made the British justice system feel very dark and sinister to me. And then a terrible thought occurred to me. What if someone, some wicked criminal was planning to do the same thing now? Because from the appearance of the crime scene, it looked exactly as though Gina had shot Mr. Windenbeck. Even though I was sure she never would have done such a thing. We were worried that the true culprit would try to frame her for the crime. That's right. But then I realized it would be very difficult for anyone to give false testimony in this case. What do you mean? Well, the crime appeared to have happened behind the door of a locked room. For someone to claim falsely to have witnessed it, there would have been a way to see beyond the door. Ah! Or which, a peephole would be the very thing. Only the peephole I had made wasn't actually there until after the crime had been committed, of course. I remember I forgot about that early in the trial, and I was like, why is there even a little hole here? That doesn't make sense. And the criminal would know that, so it wouldn't make any difference. But the possibility of a rather ingenious trap was there, was it not? A trap? Is that why she did it? So is that why you kept it a secret, Susie? Never mentioned that you made the peephole to anyone, not even the police. I know, and I knew at the time what I was doing was wrong, a criminal offense even. That's why I decided to confide in Mr. Sholmes. If Mr. Naruhodo was completely backed into a corner with no other possible means of escape, the truth about the peephole could save him. That was my plan. She really does think of everything. But then, why didn't you just tell me everything before the trial began? My dear fellow, you're not thinking straight. If she had done that, it would have rendered you complicit in the whole escapade. Ah, I see. You could have been disbarred if you had been seen to have knowingly tampered with the crime scene. So Mr. Sato decided to shoulder the burden of the responsibility alone. For your sake and Miss Lestrade's. Mr. Sato. I love her. I remember thinking her eye was really plain and that I wouldn't really care about her. How wrong I was. The truth is, when it happened, I did it because I lost a little of my faith in the law. Felt. Understood. Oh. I was worried that the right person wouldn't be convicted of the crime. But the moment I allowed myself to think that, it's the moment I lost my right to call myself a judicial assistant. I mean, there were constantly times when we thought, like, if what we were doing was right. So, I mean, does that mean we shouldn't be a lawyer anymore? No, idiot. What you did isn't comparable to what he did. Raiden is the one who lied in the witness stand using that peephole, not people, as a way to implicate Gina. And besides, if the peephole inconsistency hadn't existed, I'm not at all sure that she would have been acquitted in the end. Mr. Sato, what you did saved Gina's life. Oh, with your kind words, Mr. Naruhodo. You've saved me too, from my regrets. Aww. Mr. Sato! I love you! Well, you must all be thankful that Miss Lestrade's freedom has been assured. Yes, exactly. Although some of the loose ends of that trial will continue to play on my mind, I'm sure. I love her! But the revelation that the music box contained secret messages, Mr. Naruhodo. What a triumph to work that out. I'm full of admiration. Well, actually, that argument wasn't quite as compelling as I thought it was. Did I tell y'all that I bought a mini fridge the other day? A pink one. That's relevant. I bought a mini fridge from my room so that I could, like, you know, put my water bottles or, just make sandwiches in my room. And, it was marked as, shipped out for delivery, like 2 days ago. All of a sudden, I get an email today. It's saying that a refund has been processed, and it's like... It was like a, it got lost in transit was what the message said. I was like, it was just shipped. Like, what happened? How did you lose a fridge in transit? Maybe, I don't know. I guess an accident could have happened, but... It's still just a funny thought. How do you lose a fridge? Hold on. Oh, I just noticed, like, the ambience, like, the ship ambience in the background. Well, actually, that argument wasn't quite as compelling as I thought it was. Oh, it wasn't? There was a communications officer among the jury members, you see, a telegraph operator. And she said that the majority of the sounds on the disc were just meaningless tones. As one would expect, after all, we are talking about secret government communications. No doubt they were written in cipher to avoid being readily understood. Should they have been intercepted in cipher? I see. So then we could never have hoped to understand the message anyway. Nonsense, my dear fellow. It's quite a zero-pipe problem, I assure you. Is he saying that he figured it out? Sogi. Asogi? What? Wow, that can't be a real word, can it? How funny. Wait! Iris, what did you just say? Oh, I just said Asogi. Does that word mean something to you? Means something? Asogi was the name of my best friend. Kazuma? What does this mean? What does this mean? What? But how did you know that name, Iris? I wrote it down during the trial before when the message was playing on the music box. She transcribed it on the fly? She really is a genius, but what does that mean? What does this mean? I thought the message probably wouldn't have be written out in plain Morse code, so I tried various ways to interpret it. But whenever I tried, the words just didn't seem to make any sense. That is, in English at least. Hello? Oh! It suddenly occurred to me, you see. There's more than one Morse code, not just the English variety. Various countries around the world have altered and added to Morse code to use in their own languages. I don't believe it, are you saying? Wait, this could either mean probably one of two things, and that's either somehow Kazuma is alive, or two, his death was, not scripted. Scripted isn't the right word. It was planned. His murder was a plan from the start. For some reason. I'm so confused to the events going on in this game. Orchestrated, yes. Like music. That's right. I've only actually seen a chart of Japanese Morse code once before. Excuse, but I think it's based on the Iroha pangram, isn't it? And you mean to say that in Japanese Morse code the message says asogi? Yes, I think so. Sorry, but I don't remember all of the Japanese Morse code. Iris, would you let me see that? Mr. Sato, do you know it? Do you know Japanese Morse code? It's all coming together. Yes, I spent some time studying it. Because I'm quite sure Morse code will ever be more important for the international communications. Oh my goodness. Might I recommend, my dear madame, that you focus your efforts on the English version? Be that as it may, Iris, show me the message, please. Shut up. Of course. What does it mean? I'm scared. I'm scared to find out. I'm so nervous. But what can this possibly mean? Whatever is in that long sequence is supposedly meaningless dots and dashes. It's made the color drain for Sasato's face. Uh-oh. What does it mean, Sasato? What does it mean? There's no doubt that this message is written in Japanese Morse code. So the British Empire has been using Japanese for its secret communications? I don't understand the reason why, but the message appears to be a list of 4 people's names. Is this a hit list? What does this mean? 4 names? The first is K, Asogi. Kazuma Asogi. Why? Why was his name on that disc? The second is A, Shin. Shin, do we know who this is? Shin, I don't recognize that name. Hold on. What was the name of the guy we defended? The really kind of like shifty, nervous guy. Could it have been him? You're a Shin, Shinso. Natsume? Okay. Not him then, right? The third is T. Gregson. Gregson? Gregson? What? Gregson? Greg? Ah, it would seem Tobias Gregson is the 3rd man on the list. What's his name doing in a secret government communication as well? And the last name... It's Naruhodo, isn't it? What's the matter, Mr. Sato? It's just so strange, so unexpected. Or maybe it's either me or it's fucking Van Zeeks. Oh, what is it, Susie? Don't keep us in suspense. Iris, you're a little too excited for this. The last name is J. Oh, I wasn't expecting that one, J. Iris, I don't know if you wanted to hear that one. What? Wilson. Look at Sholmes. He's trying to hide his face. He's not trying to, or he's hiding his reaction too. It is a hit list. 2 of those are dead already. Oh shit, Gregson. We don't know who Sheen is. Sheen. What was it? What was the first initial for Sheen? Oh wait, hold on. I'm an idiot. I can read this. A? Shinso, you're next. Russian girls with snakes. No, it wasn't the girl who had the snake. It was the sailor who had the snake. John H. Wilson, you mean Daddy? I thought that was Neruodo who said that, and I was said it. You mean Daddy? I was like, what the fuck? Let me search for just in case. I have an idea. Because Sheen also means death, right? What if Sheen is supposed to be Van Zieks? You know, the Reaper, the Bailey. I don't know what the A could mean, but what if? Here I am just throwing these absolutely preposterous theories out. Hey Kenta, how are you? It only says Jay Wilson, so I'm afraid I can't be sure. Well, his first name was John, right? And after the 4 names it reads, if I translate from Japanese, that is all 4. And that's the end of the message, or rather the end of what you noted down, Iris. Huh. Interesting. I just can't believe it. Who would ever have thought? I'm good. We are... Something is going down in Ace Attorney right now. We're all kind of just like... We're all just kind of stunned. Does this contain Japanese Morse code? Not to mention a strange list of some disturbingly familiar names. It would appear that this particular message is a communication of some kind between Great Britain and the Empire of Japan. So, Daddy could be in Japan then, where Susie and Runo came from. Excuse me. Oh, well. He is in Japan. 6 feet under. Oh, Iris. Oh, no, it's not very likely, really, is it? I mean, there are thousands of people with the surname Wilson, and there must be lots of J's among them. Yeah, definitely, right? I mean, what does this mean? Professor John H. Wilson visiting, what did I say his name was? Did I say John? Anyway, I was thinking that Sheen was the old man that Susato was going back home for, but I can't remember his name. Susato was dead? Let me see. It's an A though, right? Obviously, no, probably not. I did have a theory he was being poisoned, but her last name is Mikotoba, so there's no Sheen there. Or A. Ryunosuke shooting dots. I really want this. Oh, excuse me. What did you do, Shinso? I really want some KFC today. Professor John H. Wilson, visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University. We can't tell Iris about that now. We just can't. Ashin? No, it's Asian. Oh my god. Not Asian. It's a Asian. Hi, Damascus. How are you? This is so strange. Somehow in solving the case of Mr. Windibank's murder today, I feel like I've rolled back a boulder at the mouth of a very dark cave. I do wonder if perhaps it's a dark cave that we shouldn't go wandering inside. The Crystal Tower makes sense now. The blowing up of the Crystal Tower? I don't even know if we know what the Crystal Tower is. I don't think we've been there. I thought you were talking about Final Fantasy III, Gabe. Oh, Susato, you gotta go. Oh dear, the ship is going to set sail soon. Yes, it seems so. I'll sail on that steamship first to the port of Dunkirk in France. And I'll change to a larger passenger vessel bound for Japan. Oh, okay, my bad. You're really going then, Susie? Of course she is. She's still gotta go home. Her dad's still dying. We wish you a safe passage, Miss Susato. Shalms is definitely hiding stuff. Thank you so much. I wish all of you the very best. Mrs. Sato! I shan't go to KFC tonight. I have hot dogs. I need to eat. That I just throw in the microwave. I hope everybody else does that too. Don't judge me for putting my hot dogs in the microwave. I still think it was fake. Wait, think what was fake? I had hoped to have you always at my side to guide and support me. Mr. Naruhodo, please, come back soon. As far as I'm concerned, you really are the very best judicial assistant in the world. Oh, look at Susanoo! I'm quite sure. I'll be back before you know it. Oh, you think it was fake? Oh, well, obviously. I think it was the scheme to get her away. Really, Susie? Oh, now don't forget, Iris. I made you a promise I'm yet to fulfill. A promise? About your manuscript. Oh yes, the Hound of the Baskervilles. Well, I'll be waiting for you then, Susie. A promise is a promise. Oh, that's why. That's right. She she let it slip that she knew the name of the next manuscript because she heard it from Wilson. Or whatever his name was. Wilson? Watson? Something? Wilson, right? Definitely Iris. I used to slice up hot dogs and nuke them to dehydrate them as a kid. Maybe melt some cheese on there. Can I admit something? I like some microwave hot dogs on... I use bread slices. I don't use hot dog buns. A hot dog bun is a luxury I don't want to spend money on. So, you read that at high school? I'm pretty sure I did too, and I don't remember anything about it. But when you microwave it, it makes the bread tougher to eat, and for some reason I like that. Okay, there's some there's some of your Hana lore. Ain't got no money for specialized bread unless it's a Hawaiian roll. Oh my fucking god, those are so good. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? Do you remember the first time we met? I do. I thought you were an irrelevant character. Yes, of course. What? That was not the first time we met. We met before that, Susato. At the SS Bureau when I was dragged out from the wardrobe still half asleep. If I remember rightly, you threw me halfway across the cabin with the Susato takedown. We saw her before. We saw her with her dad right before our trial. The first one. In Japan. You know very well when that I'm talking about after that. After. We did, but she didn't see us. She didn't. It's strange, but being thrown together as we were in that case, I somehow felt strange straight away. You're a perfect person to continue Kazuma-sama's great legacy. Mr. Sato. Wait, are you saying so we hadn't met, quote unquote, yet until after that? And my instincts were right. I really want to believe. No, I'm sure that I'll be back soon. Farewell until then. Her face. Aww, Susanoo. Oh, cutscene.
Somehow we seem to have come to the end of the adventures of Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
This is the end of the first game, is it? Nothing was answered. I don't know if any game just
Looking
ended.
back now, it feels as though fate has led me.
Look at
on this
Wagai! Goodbye, Susato. Wagai! I love him.
Fate led me to becoming a lawyer, to traveling halfway around the world, to meeting the great detective.
Susato's so cute. Look at her little handbag.
I'm sure there'll be trials and tribulations ahead. Of
Oh
course
my
there
god.
will.
the sequel is not actually
Whatever happens,
The Great Ace Attorney 2.
I know I'll be able to turn my fortunes around.
Which one is Trials and Tribulations for the original Phoenix, right? Was that the second one or the first one?
After all, I have the greatest friends in the world on my side.
The more I look at it, the more this animation is not good. Like, it's always a nice, like, kind of welcome to see, like, a cutscene like this in a game. But, like, if you were to watch, like, a whole anime, like, this would just look really bad. Third, it says. Oh, okay. Hey, hello. Oh, yes, Mr. Naruhodo. You're not done yet! We got another court case tomorrow. Oh, fuck. Yes, Mr. Sholmes? I have some rather awkward news. Gregson's fucking dead. The railway company has decided to sue over the Special Express train. Apparently, what? Huh? It caused such a commotion on the line. All the other trains had to wait at stations. But really, we would never have made it to Dover in time otherwise. Sue me or you? Anyway, I explained everything and how it was all your fault. Oh my fucking god. Oh no. Huh? I believe a formal complaint should be delivered to your office tomorrow. But not to worry, my dear fellow. According to Miss Susato, you love defending yourself in court. What? It's alright. I'm perfectly happy to testify. He really didn't look like the sort of man who'd do something so outrageous. Iris, no! See? Iris, no! Mr. Sholmes. I'm about to throw myself off this dock. Goodbye. Yes? A word, if you don't mind. Why, certainly. Any word you like. Bellow it out, my dear fellow. How could you? I'm just like strangling the man. Oh yes, I love Runo's words. What does that mean? And I know just the one he'll use here. Objection. Am I gonna say a scream objection? That I really must say.
Objection!
Why is he saying objection? I guess that's the first game. Like, what the fuck? That didn't seem like an ending. Like, I can't really compare it to anything because I've only played the second Phoenix Wright game. But like, I guess we'll watch this. We'll go on to the next game. We got two, of course. Oh, hey. In the following weeks, hundreds of music boxes arrived at Baker Street from all over Europe. Something was afoot. But transpired I had ordered them all myself. So I advertised them for sale, with used by Mr. Sholmes to solve an important case. And the money I've earned consulting detective work pays a pittance by comparison. Oh my goodness. What a fucking hack. They had to wait a long while in Japan for the sequel. Holy fuck. I would be pissed! I haven't slept a wink. This manuscript is due tomorrow now. When I'm this busy, Hurley usually cooks me breakfast. Well, cooks is an overstatement for some dry toast and insipid coffee. I do miss Susie and her lovely Japanese breakfasts. Excuse me. This seems like a weird credit sequence. Like, is it not gonna show the characters? Like, who voiced it? Ah, fuck this guy. Witness! I can't remember what voice I had. Your testimony is riddled with contradictions! He had a really annoying voice like that, right? Exactly! Barely too rare Koban coins hide under rare stakes themselves. Well, I don't know. Son knows his father is an innocent man, or are you calling my son a liar? Witness! Oh, sorry. My courtroom is no place for... There was 2 stakes! It should have been. Oh, Hasanoga, I forgot about him. This poor guy with tuberculosis, having delivered the Russian dance to the shore in Shanghai. Last night, I apprehended an extremely suspicious Japanese national on board. I've done nothing wrong! All I did was give Wagahai's offspring refuge in my pocket. Wagahai is a girl? A man brings some kittens on board and suddenly he's a hardened criminal. It's not fair! Wagahai had babies? You had it? I thought tuberculosis can't be cured. What? Are you sure you're not thinking of something else? Who's the father, though? Oh, it can be cured now? I dream of a world governed by the tenets of order and discipline, like a great clock, in fact, whose hundreds of parts mesh together in a perfect unison. I thought Wagahai was the name that Iris gave it, so how did he know that name? That wasn't until after he had left and they found the cat. Interesting. Oh god, Professor, that sucks. The latest Rants magazine is out, and I made it again! Whenever I say that one line she wrote, now I get a standing ovation. Want to hear it? Not bad, I suppose, for an amateur. How very much. You better say it. Her ladyship puts me to shame. I gained my weight back and stopped walking up a pool of my own sweat. Interesting. Night sweats. Oh, goodness. Been visiting the old girl on a daily basis, of course. Joni, my old jailbird. Must say, battling with those Bali stares every day has done wonders for the dirty peg. Dirty? Dirty? Did he say dirty? There's no way he would have called his wife dirty. Hope the gossiping neighbors don't realize the man of the house is his own maid. I think I misread that. I thought he said dirty pig for a second. I was like, what the fuck? I guess the wife went to jail for the accidental stabbing of a. Oh my god! Hi, Rolly is back on the beat again. Oh, thanks to the Reaper. There's nothing I'm enjoying more these days than hunting out small change in the gutter. I'm a better Bobby now, looking up for the Londoners than drop pennies in my lovely wife. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. I fucking love them. His eyes. They're so cute, though. I love his, like, dented, definitely secondhand cap, though. I mean, if you accidentally shoot some bug, I'm pretty sure you still get in trouble. Looks like I'm gonna be doing time for a while. But Iris comes every day for a natter, so it ain't too boring. She's always going on about them cases what Sholmes is looking into. Criminal investigations are kind of interesting when you get into them. She's gonna be a lawyer when she grows up. I love her. Yes, I renounced my upbringing and chose a life of sophisticated crime. Had regrets? Please. What? Give over, bro. That ain't the Ash we used to know. We got time in here to plan the comeback of Milverton Skulkin's milk run. Hey, the three Musket Watsons. Milk in the neighborhood for all it's worth. What the fuck? Why are they all in a fucking room together? What is it called? I keep thinking, I keep wanting to say stall. What is it called? A cell. There we go. I almost said, cage. They're coming out of their cage and they've been doing just fine. This past 6 months, I was like, why is it so dark? Painful goodbyes and wonderful encounters. I've come to realize what, that's what life is all about. Naruhodo-san, I promise. Your assistant will return to you one day. But for now, I leave you with many memories and a heartfelt wish that life will treat you well. God, that still took me an hour and a half to get to the end of the game. And here I was trying to get to the end because Gabe said we were close last time. Oh, do I get to draw on the eye on my Daruma doll? No. Aww. What a cute picture. I almost choked. Excuse me. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, like what the fuck? What am I looking at now? It's time for Naruhodo and Kasuba's, what the fuck was that? It's like that portion at the end of an episode, like after the credits, where you have like the two characters or something like talking about something from the show. Is that it? Can I skip this? Oop. My bad. Oh, can I skip it? Hopefully there's nothing important there. They actually revealed some big ass shit like at the end of the credits that I just skipped over. Oops. Alright, cool, it's over. Time to figure out the next big thing. So is Great— Aww! I love this picture. Is Great Ace Attorney over? Like, is the second game, like, have they closed out the story and everything? Oh my god, am I screaming for that one guy? A really nice music medley. If that's all, it's okay. I can look that up later. Oh, now that I beat the game, like it's not the courtroom anymore. What happens if I say continue? That's an autosave. How do I bring in the second game? Wait, I can change the... Oh. Bum, bum, bum. Shoulder buttons? No, it's not doing anything. Hold on. Maybe select adventure? Oh, here we go. Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. Alright. Second game. I'll go ahead and change the title.
Standing here in the bright sunshine, looking out over the vast ocean. Those days in London seem like a dream. But I do miss my time in England's vast capital.
Is her voice different? I don't think we really heard it in English. I don't think we really heard her talk too much.
He's flourished into a truly wonderful lawyer. I've no doubt that at this very moment, he's fighting some noble cause in court. Forgive me for taking so long to come to visit you.
This is Kazuma.
My life has been such a whirlwind since I returned.
Kaitoba.
And no one could have predicted what has happened. Just 2 months.
They're dead. They're all dead.
After arriving home.
I find myself faced with another awful crime. Uh-oh. Now what? Isn't this the first case from the last game?
So I came here today to ask something of you. Tomorrow, I shall be standing in court. For the only time in my life.
Is she the lawyer? Do we play as her?
As a lawyer.
Oh, fuck! Let's go! Oh, she's dead now!
So please,
wait, what?
I ask for your guidance.
What the fuck?
Kazuma-sama.
What the fuck is going on? There's so much. The first one just started. What the fuck? What? Did you like accidentally look up that she was deceased or something? Oh my goodness. Holy fuck. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break. Everybody go get up and stretch. Good. Get a drink. Get a banana maybe. Okay, Mew, see you later. Just give me one moment, okay? Like 5 minutes maybe. Okay. Goodness. Pretty excited to see where it's gonna go. Damn. Okay. I had to feed Bella. Hey, no. Do some stuff. Let's see. We're back in Japan, right? Clearly. Obviously. If I couldn't figure out by the Japanese on the wall there. Here I am again after 9 months. The Supreme Court of Judicature. I don't know how to say that word actually. Of Japan. I had to defeat Bella. I had to put her out of her misery. Excuse me, sorry, I choked. Oh, goodness. I feel so nervous, but I must steel my nerves and find a way to compose myself. This is his dad, his dad. Oh, good you're here. It doesn't do for a lawyer to be late. Well, it looks like he's perfectly fine. Oh, yes, good morning, sir. I hardly recognize you. You cut a fine figure, counsel. Cut a fine figure? What does that mean? But you look as white as a sheet, and those wide eyes aren't doing any favors either. Have we had another game where, like Phoenix Wright or something, or Apollo Justice, where you played a different character? Oh dear. The truth is, I'm so incredibly nervous. I feel utterly nauseated. I almost wish that I had never been born. Goodness, not the sort of thing a father hopes to hear from his daughter, I must say. Eugene Mikotoba, professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University. A man who earlier in his life traveled to Great Britain to study the latest advances in forensic medical science. And of course, my brilliant father. Excuse me. Who's talking? Oh. Would I be correct in thinking that you're going to be my lawyer in court today? Oh, yes, that's right. Look at her. Ooh. That's right, miss. Well, I want to thank you for agreeing to represent me. I swear on my life. It's a complete fabrication, this whole thing. Ray Mbami. What a strange name. That's a lot of M's. Born the same year as I and my greatest friend. What the fuck? This is just a is this just a reflection of the first trial from the last game where you're having to defend your friend? A mommy? Sorry. No. She is not a mommy. Though unusual for a woman in our time, she works at the university research laboratory helping my father. I was choked on my cough drop. Well, there you go, Hannah. What? You wanted it, and the game provided it. Provided what? Hold on, Gabe. My brain. It's too small. What do you mean? What did it provide? What did I want? And sadly, she's the defendant in today's trial, accused of committing a truly awful murder. It is a reflection. It's about the lady from the first trial before. Interesting. The defending your friend trial. No, I didn't want it like that. Man, in the other games when it came to defending your friend, it was a build-up. Like you were constantly talking to this person before, or maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember anything about Larry Butts. I don't remember if the first time you saw him was when you were defending him or not. Anyway, are you feeling all right? Since we started talking, you seem, well, to have become a little flushed. Oh my, it's just that. He looks so gallant and dashing. Sorry? Let me see! I can't tell! When I fall under your intense gaze, it makes me feel rather bashful. Goodness, I don't think she knows. She hasn't realized who I am. Oh my god, does she just think that Sasato's a guy? Wahaha! It seems our little plan for this trial is going to work. Oh, what do you mean, Professor Mikotoba? Even if your best friend can't see through the disguise, I think we can relax. Disguise? Yes, I've never tried dressing this way before, of course. So I wasn't sure how convincing it would be. But this does make me feel a little relieved, as you say, Father. But, Father? What? Is that you, Susato? I wish I didn't get it. I'm sorry I didn't say something sooner, Ray. It's just that. No! What are you doing? What's going on? Whoa. That varsity uniform, that varsity cap, that varsity cape, that varsity badge. Oh my god, it's too many words. Look at you. You look for all the world just like a student at the Imperial Yume University, a male student. I'm so glad you think so. It means all my preparations have been worthwhile. I woke at 4 this morning to make a start. But I don't understand. Why are you dressed like that? I'm so close to choking. Are you on the next game? Yes, we are on game number 2. Well, you see, it was the only way. The only way she would be permitted into the Supreme Court to take your defense in this trial. My defense? Okay, I'll drink. Okay. I kind of want to order food, but I'm wondering if I should just wait until stream is done. No, idiot. I just said... Ah, man. I don't know. I want Panda Express suddenly. Never before in my life have I felt so frustrated at having been born into this body. Courts of Japan are barred to women. We're not even allowed to set foot inside the courtroom. Despite the fact that the laws of the land apply to all people, male and female alike. Yeah, that would be frustrating, huh? But women are forbidden. Just for today, I'll be leaving my true self at the courtroom door. Are we just saying this right in front of the bailiffs? Like, I think, but ordering during stream is tradition, and it will stay that way. I haven't ordered... When was the last time I even ordered anything on stream? So that I can act as your lawyer. Oh, Susato. You go to such lengths for me. Of course, you're my greatest friend. I just worry that I shan't be the lawyer you deserve. Oh no, I have complete faith in you. Ray. It's so strange, though. I mean, you're such an accomplished judicial assistant already. And yet, just because you're a woman... What a wretched reason. I mean, why shouldn't you be allowed in court? You're so gallant and dashing. Show me. I want to see Susato. Let's go. Ray. Please don't look at me like that with those blessed cheeks and doting eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you really do look so dashing. Yes, you mentioned that once or twice. I need to see. Well, you should be pleased. It means you look convincing as a man. I am pleased. I think it certainly helped to bolster my confidence today. Show me. Well, we'll see here in the courtroom, at least. I guess. Hooray. You're managing to put on a brave face and all this, but I can see through it. I've noticed how your shoulders are slumped and how you're trembling ever so slightly. Susato, you do believe me, don't you? I didn't do it. I couldn't have. I mean, murder. Of course. You have nothing to worry about. Your conscience is perfectly clean. I guess they didn't do a complete model, I presume. I don't know. Isn't that right? Yes, it is. Perfectly clean. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind about your innocence, which is why I'll stand by you until the bitter end of this trial. Whatever happens, I'll always be on your side, because that's what it means to be a defense lawyer. Because that's my ninja way. That means so much to me, Susato. What do you mean? Oh, headshot. Headshot of what? We'll see here at the counter for the lawyer counter. But the defendant counsel. Court is ready, about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. You should go in at once, Ray. If you're late, the judge won't hesitate to pronounce you guilty. Oh. Stand aside! Oh, I don't know if I skipped something. I don't think I've ever seen her run so fast. Well, Susato? You've certainly surprised your father, going to such lengths to be admitted into the courtroom and with no prior experience of being a lawyer. There was simply no other way. That's all there is to it. But father, You haven't told her, have you? I mean, I'm right in assuming that Ray doesn't know how it came to this. Yes, quite right. I've kept that information from her. It would only worry her if she found out that no other lawyer would agree to take her case. I didn't want to burden her with that. Is this true? The reason why every other lawyer is refusing to take the case? Is it really because of who the victim is? Because it was someone who killed someone else? Goodness. Hold on. Sorry. Archangel, yo! Thank you for the raid. Can we get a shout out, please? Mind grabbed.
Oh, it's 1 by 1 by 1.
I don't even know what we're looking at here. There's so much. Get him! Get his ass! I don't even know who is the character and who's the...
Maybe I should have put it out.
What's with that preview? It seems to be that it's only like really old clips. I don't know why. But anyway, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybug. My name is Hanayome Kamakiri. I am an Orchid Mantis. We are playing the Great Ace Attorney 2. We just finished the first one, surprisingly. Not too long ago. About like 10 minutes ago. Now we're on to the second one. If you do not want to be spoiled by Great Ace Attorney 1 or 2, I guess, go ahead and head on out, and thank you for coming. But if you don't care about that, hope you stick around. But you don't have to if you don't want to, of course. So, let me continue. We should be making a move now, too. As you know, law isn't my field, but I'll do what I can to support my student. Thank you, Father. We are Susato, the judicial assistant. Hell yeah! That was interesting. I wasn't expecting it to just also greet her, or introduce herself. We are the judicial assistant of Naruhodo, the main character of the first game. But in the second game, we are our own, not our own lawyer, not like how Naruhodo was in the last game. We are the lawyer of a friend who is being convicted of moidu. 8 months ago, I accompanied a student of law on a study trip to Great Britain. But 2 months ago, due to unforeseen circumstances, I found myself back in Japan. Okay, so it's only a 2-month gap since the last game. How many times have I wished that he were here, I wonder. Still, I have no choice now but to steel myself for the trial ahead. At the end of the last game, we found a big revelation, a revelation that we don't know what it means, so hopefully it'll all be answered in this game. Wish me luck, Naruhodo-san. I wonder if Susato will find her way back to Europe. To London. London! In this game. Courtroom 1. God, not this guy again. I can't do his voice. I can't do his voice right now. I am going to try and give him an annoying voice, but I can't do the whole screaming thing that I did for 6 hours that first stream. And, well, I'm still recovering from being sick now. The court is now in session to hear the trial of Ray Mimbami. Apologies for leaving so quick, Hana, but it's 1 a.m. for me. I should go to bed. No worries. Have a good night. Thank you again for the raid. I need to watch more of you. Take your time. My VODs are always up on YouTube, too. But anyway, thanks again. See you later. Have a good night. Sleep well. The court is now in session to hear the trial of Ray Mimbami. There we go. The prosecution is fully ready to proceed, Your Excellency. Oh, look at her! My girl's all grown up. Look how dapper. Look at that coat, that purple and black. So beautiful. Defense counsel, are you ready? Yes, Your Excellency, we are ready. Ready? She's as nervous as fucking Ryunosuke was. Oh no, she's hot. Ah, yes, counsel. According to your registration details, your name is, Ryotaro Naruhodo. She used Naruhodo's name. Is that correct? Sorry! Oh yes, I had to come up with a suitable male name for you for this little venture. So I'm afraid to say I simply put down the first name that sprung to mind. Well, Council. Yes, that's right. That's me. Ryotaro. Yes, I'm Ryotaro. He has vowed to uphold the pride of the great Naruhodo clan. Naruhodo. It seems Ryotaro may need to consider how better to uphold his manly act first and not overdo it. And those wild, wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either. Just relax and listen. Naruhodo? A fresh face in this courtroom, if I'm not mistaken. But the name Naruhodo, would that perchance be? You may be thinking of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, currently in Britain as part of a study program. This is, his cousin. That's right, Ryotaro here has been studying in the provinces, but was called to the capital for this trial. She just keeps closing her eyes. Okay, I'll take a drink, A woman in suits. Yeah, felt. I probably won't order anything. I have pizza rolls in the freezer. I assure you, in matters of law, his knowledge rivals that of any Tokyo's preeminent lawyers. Any of them. What a pitiful situation. Having been rejected by every lawyer in the capital, the accused has had to call in a country boy. How dare you? Uh-oh, don't say my name. Susato is every bit as gallant and dashing as any of your Tokyo attorneys. Uh-oh. No, Ray, shut the fuck up. I won't have you making fun of her. Her? Oh, please be careful, Ray. What an unrefined tomboy we have here. But I wonder, is your gallant and dashing lawyer up for the challenge of defending you? His wide, skittish eyes very much suggest that he is not. Ugh, I'm so nervous. Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand what Naruhodo-san goes through. Like it or not, eyes are won't to flit. She can't stop looking around. The case to be heard on this day is a matter of great significance to our national interests. Oh yeah, we have another English woman dead in our streets. In fact, it would be, we've got a, what did I call it last time? Internal, no, I said it's internal affair. I kept saying it wrong. An internal affair. It would be reasonable to assume that the outcome of this trial may well affect the very future of our empire. Just like the trial 9 months ago. And yet for proceedings of such importance, we have this unknown yakel by the deck, dear me. What's a yakel? Maybe I said it wrong. Perhaps this would be an appropriate moment for me to assess the defense, to determine whether you are sufficiently competent to practice in this courtroom. Is that just the thing that you can do? 9 months ago, when a certain other Naruhodo stood where you are standing now. An uneducated and unsophisticated person from the countryside. What an interesting nickname. I don't think nickname is the right word. That's interesting. The same judge tested him as well. Wait, what did we do? And even though he was just a student at the time, not even of law, he passed the test with flying colors. For a trained and experienced judicial assistant like you, this will be easy. So, counsel, do you consent to answering some simple questions? Alright, it's time to prove myself. Slap! I was expecting that. Yes, your excellency, but please do make them simple. Very well, to start with, you will state the name of the victim. Yeah, that is simple. I couldn't forget that if I tried. Her name was, Umbrella Lamborghini. I don't fucking remember her name either. What's the matter? Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand something else not all those line goes through. Like it or not, minds aren't wont to blink. I love her. It's not surprising, really. It's your first time in this position and in that guise. Even a bright spark like you was bound to flicker and falter a little under the circumstances. Oh dear, this is a dismal failure. Don't fret, you need only use the knowledge you've gained as a judicial assistant to overcome the problem. Of course, the court record! Yes, the answer will be amongst all the key information about the case in the court record. That's right, just you blah 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 blah. If you've never played the game before in your life, you'll need to do this. Alright, check the court record. That's where the information I need will be. Do I do that now? Giselle Brett. What's today? A single deep stab wound from behind, piercing a lung and resulting in a fatal hemorrhage. Death would have occurred within minutes. Extreme meiosis, pupil constriction, well observed in the victim. Pupil constriction. What is meiosis? Is that what that is? Does that mean that when she died, whatever she saw was like extremely shocking? Excessive. Oh wait, what is it's caused by a problem with your iris sphincter muscles. Oh, that's not okay. Oh, it says to close the eyes. It means her eyes were shut. I thought it was iris, not eyes. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Hold on. Let me look up what this means first. Does it mean her eyes were really dilated? Oh, shrinking of your pupil. Oh, okay. I thought dilated meant... Oh, dilation it makes it bigger, not smaller. I thought dilation was both. My bad. Alright. I got really confused as to what this could have meant. I thought it was like... I wasn't sure if it meant she was wide-eyed, like her eyeballs pooping out or something. Pooping out. Okay. Interesting. Death would have occurred within minutes, meaning... Oh my god, that was so much. Yo, thank you for the bits. Now for the masterpiece, that is the second game. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to think of that just kept going. I'm trying to think. So like, if it took her a few minutes for her to die, what does this mean? What does this mean? Time of death around 2 p.m. Interesting. Well, I guess I won't figure anything out until afterwards. Giselle Brett. Oh, sheesh! Why was there so much? I think it's like 10 for every... I don't know. I think it's like 10 items for every 100 bits or something. So... you sent a lot. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Alright. Oh, I'm waiting, counsel. What is the name of the victim in this case? The victim... The one I'm defending, right? No. Her name's not even up here. Who the fuck are all those other people? Yes. I love this multiple choice answers. I know it! Raise her hand, hell yeah. The name of the victim who lost her life in this case is Miss Giselle Brett. Giselle Brett. Name that will never be forgotten in the courtrooms of our country, I'm sure. Everybug... I thought I got it wrong with the way they were acting. I'm the victim, sir. Correct. And being a member of our empire's judiciary, I don't know if I'm saying that, judiciary, you will be aware of the significance of that name. Oh. Also, Agamo fucking... Susanoo, she's so cute in this outfit. So, let me pose another simple question. As you know, Miss Brett was a visiting student from the Empire of Great Britain. Why, then, is her name indelibly associated with our own empire's judicial history? Obviously, you won't have forgotten that case from 9 months ago. But if it's proving hard to recall the finer points, everything you need to is included in the court record. Obviously, I still remember. She was the Moidua in the first trial 9 months ago. That was the start of everything. Giselle Brett. Behind the woman student persona was the face of the killer, Queen Victoria. Whom's? just in case I'm a little wrong. Okay. Just in case I may have misremembered. Yes. 9 months ago, a visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University was killed, and the culprit was Giselle Brett. This music, Killer Queen. Specifically the stand. Yes, she was the killer. There was 2 stakes. There were 2! Ah! At the time, our country had just signed a new treaty with the Empire of Japan. That's not what he said. Great Britain, the other country. And it was in the midst of this delicate diplomatic situation that the incident occurred. An Englishman, Mr. John H. Wilson, was shot dead. I believe he was an associate of yours, Professor Mikotoba. I thought it was the dad talking this whole time. It was the fucking judge man. Yes, I was indebted to the man. He had been my mentor when I went to London to study forensic medicine. So he's been to London. Do you think the dad was the guy that betrayed Van Seeks? Goodness, imagine the reveal for that. Indeed, it was I who invited him here to Japan as a visiting professor at the university. Naturally, the murder of an Englishman on our soil was a matter the government wished to resolve rapidly. Indeed it was, which is why a secret trial was conducted here at the Supreme Court. A secret? Is that what he said? Did he say secret? A student at the Imperial Yume University was arrested on suspicion of murder. A second-year English language student by the name of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. With the help of his best friend, a student lawyer, the accused conducted his own defense. I feel like our help with Kazuma was very minimal. Very obviously our own defense. It exposed the despicable crime committed by Miss Giselle Brett. 2 stakes. Miss Brett eventually admitted to her crime. However, when questioned about the motive that drove her to take Dr. Wilson's life, she gave no satisfactory answer before the trial reached its conclusion. Immediately after the trial, the British government brought its consular jurisdiction into play. We were unable to sentence Miss Brett according to our empire's laws. It was decided that she would be removed to Shanghai, China instead. Well, then why was she back here? Why Shanghai? There's a British consular court there. Correct. I oversaw the negotiations personally. The date for transfer to Shanghai was finally settled upon only last week. What the fuck? Why did it take 9 months for that? The fuck? Like, what the fuck? Sorry. 9 months! This woman was convicted of murder! Like, what the fuck? All that remained of our empire's obligations was to see the woman safely on board a steamship. And yet, the very day before her departure, the English woman was killed. Oh my goodness. Only the day before? That will do. I'm satisfied that the counsel for the defense is sufficiently capable of representing the defendant. Oh. Thank you, Your Excellency, over the first hurdle. Now a summary of the incident, if you please. Prosecutor Ouchie. He's a very traditional old man. As is your wish, Your Excellency. The repugnant crime took place on the 11th of August in broad daylight. Boom, 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 boom. On the outskirts of the imperial capital, under a bright blue sky, at a secluded bathing spot by the sea. The incident occurred inside a small beach hut erected for the bathers to rest or change their clothes. Doo, doo, doo. The cause of death was a single stab wound to the posterior abdomen that protruded the victim's lung. Pierced, not protruded. Ouchie, more like ouchie. Ha, good one. An injury which proved fatal. It makes sense because it was light outside, but at the same time, I don't think that's enough of it to make sense, because meiosis is an excessive, like, shrinking of the iris. Like, so it would be according to this, it can be done according to Wikipedia. It's caused by high doses of drugs. Some drugs. Opioids. So, she could have been drugged. This was the same fucking thing that happened in, the first trial. Right? Anyway. Oh, that's how the first guy was killed, right? Mm-hmm. There were two persons alone together in the beach hut at the time of the victim's death. Miss Brett in her bathing attire, and the accused, Raymond Bami. Fuck. Wasn't he put to sleep? Was he? I don't know. He was drugged, though, and then shot. Accordingly, there can be no doubt of the accused's guilt, especially when we consider she had a powerful motive. The police arrived rapidly at the scene and promptly arrested the young lady. What was the motive? What was the motive? We gonna explain that? Well, that extraordinary description of events leaves me somewhat, lost for words, I must say. That's certainly true. The prosecution's summary was full of words that raise an awful lot of questions. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel on what he said about a motive, obviously. You're clearly exaggerating. Powerful motive is a blatant overstatement. Why is it like that? He didn't explain the motive, so I called him out on it. Just the yokel boy using long words he doesn't fully understand. I beg your pardon. No matter. Let us put this to the accused, shall we? Mbami-san, you are a research assistant in the Imperial University, I believe? Yes, I am. I'm working with Professor Mikotoba in his laboratory at the moment. I can confirm that the defendant is an excellent assistant with a strong sense of responsibility. Fascinating to hear. Now another question. Prior to your work with Professor Mikotoba, whose research were you assisting then? Oh, I was studying under Dr. John H. Wilson. Oops. Dr. Wilson? The visiting English professor who was murdered by Miss Brent 9 months ago? Is that a motive? You killed my teacher, prepare to die? Like, what the fuck? The accused had a deep-seated respect for her former mentor, Dr. Wilson. Is that not true? Yes, Dr. Wilson was a wonderful man. Interesting. Then tell the court what deep-seated feelings you had toward the English woman who killed him. Well, obviously I was filled with hatred for what she had done. A powerful hatred. Oh no, Ray, be careful of what you're saying. The motive was revenge. Plain and simple, Your Excellency. Well, it was clearly a trap all along. How wicked of him to use Ray's undying respect for her former mentor against her like that. I must find out more details, and something we can use to bolster our defenses. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution. What? What? There's more to pick apart? Is it just gonna be all of it? If I may, Prosecutor Aochi. What do you want, you fresh-faced young yokel student? I wonder, could you explain, please? You mentioned a bathing spot. Fresh-faced yokel student. Ha! My apologies. Clearly my modernity has confused the poor country bumpkin's simple mind. Why is she raising her hand like she's in class? Because she's new. She's nervous to being a lawyer. Bathing spots are the very latest trend in health practices from the West. We are told that bathing in the water of the ocean is curative, therapeutic, and excellent for the skins. No, that's not what I meant. I was referring to the fact that Miss Brett had, to all intents and purposes, been found guilty of murder. Why would a known criminal have been relaxing by the sea? That's a good one. That's a good one, isn't it? For old time's sake, I believe. Sorry? Miss Brett was to depart for Shanghai the following day. Her final wish, as it were, was to enjoy a day at our country's wonderful coast. And the British Embassy put extreme pressure on our government to comply. But on what grounds would we argue to such a request? Because, as usual, our government is unable to stand out to foreign powers. In matters of diplomacy, it seems we won't even have the courage to decline the whims of a known criminal. Don't look at me, Professor. It was the government who granted permission, not I. The wrinkles on his forehead make it look like he's wearing a bald cap. In any case, it was decided that with a dedicated detective on duty, nothing would go wrong. Well, then where was the detective on duty? But in fact, a murder took place. I said don't look at me. It was the young student girl who did it, not I. No one has proved that yet. I wouldn't provoke the man if you don't need to. At this stage, I need to gather more information. Again. I guess we just need to pick everything apart. Membami-san. Yes, what is it? I mean, Naruhodo-san. I'm really starting to wish we'd made my alias Ryotaro Sasato. I love that expression she had. It was so cute. Please tell the court why exactly you were present at the bathing spot with the victim in the first place. And why you were alone with her. I can't do Oh, well, no, that's not true. It wasn't like that at all. There were other people present. A detective who was guarding Miss Brett, for starters. I was just asked to accompany Miss Brett as a companion, that's all. But let us be clear. At the moment of her death, you were alone together with the victim in the hut. You and no one else. The truth is, there is only one reason why this young woman accompanied Miss Brett in her bathing sojourn. It was the accused's last chance to take the victim's life. No. I feel like a quest for revenge. I don't know. I feel like that's not really a motive at that point. Like, she's already getting punished, right? Anyway. Oh, whew, that was a big stretch. Nice. Hold on. Because as we know, the following day would see Miss Brett extradited to the British authorities in Shanghai. Okay, I'll take a drink. And the accused would never have an opportunity to dispatch her again. Kindly refrain from conjecture, counsel. I don't even know what that's supposed to sound like. I believe we have a clear picture of the incident now. Despite her guilt being determined 9 months ago, Miss Brett managed to avoid incarceration, instead continuing her research work at the university. Obviously, over that period, she and Ray would have encountered each other on a number of occasions. Seeing the murderer, having her said at Susato was so funny. Seeing the murderer, the mentor for who she had such great respect, enjoying such undeserved liberty. I have a feeling she definitely drugged herself, to be honest. If she had access to drugs anyway, which we already know she did, previously. Yeah. Even if it was only temporary until Miss Brett's extradition. Is it extradition? That doesn't sound like the right word. To Shanghai. Can hardly blame Ray for her feelings of anger and resentment. Poor Ray. So, Your Excellency, if you'd be so kind as to peruse this exhibit. A photographic print that shows the scene of the crime immediately following the grim incident. I thought he said she was in her bathing suit. I guess I mean, I don't know if she's wearing a robe or a dress here. Yes, thank you, Counsel. A tragic image. What's with the pen, though? And there's definitely a drink next to her. As you can clearly see, there is nowhere within the hut that anyone else could have hidden. The court will accept this photographic print as evidence. I was about to say, what if the stab wound wasn't actually a stab wound? What if it was just... what if it was just, the wine? But I was like, wait, if obviously if the autopsy showed up that it was a fucking, like, this pen could have had drugs in it. She could have hid drugs in this pen. Nah, like for cereal. Oh, she was stabbed in the lung. I'm a fucking idiot. As I understand it then, the victim and defendant were alone inside the beach hut at the time. 100%. Still a better pick than the steak one. What am I smelling? It smells like I want Panda Express. This is deeply troubling, I must say. The finger of guilt points firmly at the defendant. Well, Your Excellency, naturally the prosecution has much more to its case. We intend to prove the accused's appalling actions beyond all possible contention. To that end, I can confirm that we have multiple witnesses to the crime and damning evidence. Huh? Witnesses? But who? Look at her face. One of whom, I might add, is a highly respected police detective. Oh, is it Hosonaga? I assure you, the testimony of these witnesses will leave no room for doubt. Was that his name, Hosonaga? If he pops up again, it's gonna be amusing. Very well then, counsel, bring forth your witnesses. I don't have them. I, Taketsuchi Aochi, have been waiting for this moment. Hi, Ace. Sorry? Oh yes, I haven't forgotten. That trial 9 months ago here in this very courthouse. When that irreverent little student boy utterly humiliated me. Oh, I didn't realize his hair was just like undone, completely unkempt. Ah, Ryonasuke Naruto! What? Yes? This insult to the Aochi family name will never be forgotten. Oh, Kazuma, you've become conceited with age, counsel, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. Just fucking sword drawing in the courtroom. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. I straight up got really confused here. I remember that. I thought he fucking died. Oh, that's right. He hasn't fixed his hair since then. Strike the head of a samurai whose top knot has been cut in the bell of cultural enlightenment tolls. Yes, on that fateful day, my former self died. The start of your old mini Meiji revolution. Are you modernizing? Modernizing as well, counsel? Wasn't the Meiji stuff like not too long ago, time-wise? Silence! Since I swore revenge back then, there has been a minor miracle atop my head. Observe the ouchie growth. You see the seed of hope sprouting forth from the barren expanse of my crown. I think that tiny growth is trying to tell me something. I'm afraid I can't really see it. Where's the hope exactly? I said silence! Today I face another yokel student of the Naruhodo clan. Well, I will vanquish you, and my victory will be fertilizer for the seed of hope atop my head. You have been warned. Where is it? Where's the hope? With that, the prosecution calls the witness to the stand. It looks like the stakes are high on both sides in this trial. What the fuck? The prosecution and defense each has much to lose. A haircut is hardly comparable to raised life. Oh my goodness. Oppressor, welcome. Sorry, there was... It is him! What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? What is going on? It's always these fucking guys, isn't it? We got Hosonaga and who was the other guy? Shinbachi? I don't remember his name. How are they both here? Please state your names and occupations for the court. Soseki. There we go. Natsume. How do I keep forgetting that? Chief Inspector Sotaro Hosonaga, Imperial Police Bureau. I am in disguise, obviously, so that I can go undetected. I like how he's got the towel, like he had the waiter with his turtle over his head. And well, the next big thing in books, an author renowned throughout the capital, in fact. Yes. Soon to be sold out, the satirical I Am a Cat, Sensational Success by Soseki Natsume. Who is this guy in the back? Who the fuck is this? Oh my goodness. Struggling student from the provinces, please. You needn't be in awe of me. I needn't? It's only natural that you'd feel nervous in my presence, but all of you, please relax, call me Soseki even. It seems he's not as nervous as he used to be. Well, of course he's back in his homeland, but... yes, what on earth is Soseki-san doing here? Tread carefully, Susato. Yeah, he's gotten more confident. Rushed on to the fact of the day, did you actually make trucking? No. Hana dated the Dark Magician. Oh, did I? Okay. That's right, the Dark Magician. For 2 long years they traveled. I would never have broken up with him. I would have killed him before he broke up with me. For 2 long years they traveled the world casting smells, enjoying smells, and feeling smells. What the fuck is this? That is until Dark Magician girl showed up, Hana, in a desperate attempt to keep her boo for good. And that's why we had Dark Magician cards. Wait, what? I turned him into a card? Is that what happened? You know, Dark Magician Girl, his eternal student, right? That's how it was, I think, in the series. Yeah, he was turned into a card. That's why it was rushed. Oh, okay, my bad, my bad. I don't get it. I don't get what makes it rush. Did some bug have a gun to his head? No, he was just turned into a card, like what Pegasus did to Kaiba's brother, Mokuba. Turned him into an NFT. Minted him to the blockchain, stuff like that. That was a spoiler! Sorry, I spoiled the very first arc in Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, this series that came out fucking 2002 or some shit like that. Whenever, I don't even remember when Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out. The author fellow knows you from your time in London. I said lime. Binted him to the bogle. He's been binted, doesn't he? If he exposes you for who you really are, this will be over before it's begun. Yes, of course, I know. I presume Soseki-san won't have forgotten about me. I could certainly never forget him. Although he does seem to have changed somewhat in the 6 months or so that it's been since I last saw him. And as for Inspector Hosonaga, that amazing outfit is hard to believe. Do I have something on my face? Well, your glasses for one, although they don't seem to be helping you see. Thank goodness he hasn't recognized me either. I suppose it's this disguise, is it? I thought that appearing here and the clothes I was wearing at the time would make for more faithful testimony. It is my guiding principle to carry out all testimonies flawlessly. Well, I can appreciate why an Imperial Police Bureau detective might have been present. But what business did a writer such as yourself have being at the scene, Soseki-san? Well, you see, I had been asked that day to give a lecture. On the morning of the incident in the Imperial Yume University's grand lecture hall, no less. At Yume University? After the lecture, I had a very pleasant conversation with the researcher from the medical science department. The professor over there, in fact. With Professor Mikotoba? Oh, she almost let it out. Yes, that's right. It was arranged by one of the newspapers. They wanted some story or other about two former students who'd studied in Great Britain. Of course, being a renowned author, the press never leaves me alone. The secretly spy snapshots, scribble stories, and scrupper my privacy. I don't know what a scrupper is. That reaction. As you can see, the conversation was written up in this newspaper here. Read it at your leisure, my provincial struggling student friend. I have plenty of copies. Thank you very much. He practically threw that paper at me. Alright, what article are we looking at? Hold on. Aw, the baby. The baby. Waka hi, baby. I can't read this. I can't read this at all. But what is this? Is that like a crack in the glass? I feel like a crack in the glass would not have been captured like that. That's interesting. A hole in a ship's sign to carry water overboard from the deck. Okay. Anyway, following my interview with the professor, the lady in question appeared and made a very unexpected announcement. I should like to go with everyone to see your country's coast. Those were her words. As I explained before, Miss Brett was never taken into custody. She continued to work in my laboratory under strict surveillance, of course. At which utterance, the university immediately contacted the government to seek guidance. And the response was, permit Miss Brett to go as long as detective accompanies her. That detective I am at liberty to divulge was me, Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, the turtle. It was more the lens, but that was a good thought. Huh? What? Thereby, the entire party departed cordially. I can't fucking read. For the seaside, it seems. It was extremely challenging to clear all the other members of the public from the vicinity of the beach. But fortunately, I am at peak physical fitness at the moment, so... No, not the blood again! I was able to carry out my duty flawlessly. Oh my, Inspector, you... Well, you do have something on your face now. How unsightly, I do apologize. Does that mean that you went to the beach too, Father? Oh no, fortunately I had work to finish off. But unfortunately, of course. It meant that as my assistant Ray was invited to take my place. Interesting. You got this on his tongue, I know, right? I'm biting it every second. Of course, being a renowned author, I didn't like to decline the invitation. But if only I had! I'd never seen that awful sight! Relentlessly racked by remorse and regret! What is the blue? Where's the blue on his hand? That's interesting. I wonder if that guy in the background is definitely going to be a focus point. It is ink, but his book's not big enough for that. Unless he starts writing from the right first. Well, that would make sense, actually. Never mind. No, it makes sense. Because the fucking Japanese read from right to left, remember? So if he writes from the right first, right? What the fuck am I saying now? If he writes from the right first, then that would mean that his hand is being dragged over on an already written page. But I could have sworn he was writing with a pencil, so why is it blue ink? Anyway. Very well, I must now ask you to present your formal testimony to the court. We already know there was 2 stakes and this game isn't very, you know, they don't really pay attention to stuff like that. You will give an account of all that you witnessed on your impromptu excursion to the coast. The bobblehead of the turtle. Of course, Your Excellency. Relentlessly racked by remorse and regret, I am. Now will be 3 pins. Too many. Alright, let's see. On the day of the incident, I was ordered on a special surveillance assignment in this disguise. I just managed to catch that crab when suddenly heard a caterwaul from behind me. I ran to the beach hut at once where I found the pair in question. Yes, 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 that young girl was astride the Englishwoman, dagger in hand, as she stabbed wildly. Wildly? I saw blood on the blade. It proved to me that she'd stabbed the victim multiple times. What? Did it say that there was multiple stab wounds? Also, seeing it in hand does not mean that she could have pulled it out. Wrong thing to look at. It's a single stab wound. What do you mean? What the fuck are they talking about? It does appear that this testimony, that both witnesses here present saw it. The very moment of this heinous crime. What? Now, if you will recall, I promised evidence as well. What phrase did I use again? Ah, yes, that was it. Damning evidence. Okay, so what if this pen didn't have drugs, but what if it did? What if it also worked as a pen? We know the guy has ink, right? What if it was the fucking random guy in the background, a fucking Natsume? Like, what the heck? What have you there, Counsel? This so-called fountain pen, is it? Back to your excellency, I found it at the scene whilst examining the body. It appeared that in her dying moments, with her final ounce of strength, the victim clutched a piece of evidence that would positively identify her killer. Wanting a bigger story? I don't think it would be a Natsume thing, though. If fucking Soseki is the murderer, I would be pissed, to be honest. What? Your Excellency, if you would cast your eyes over the photographic print of the crime scene once more. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Oh, goodness me. Yes, the victim is clearly grasping something quite deliberately there in her hand. Excuse me. That's right. The fountain pen. And if you would kindly examine the pen, Your Excellency. Ah, the owner's initials have been engraved into the ebonite barrel. R.M. Ray Mimbami. Is it the initials of the defendant? Of course the fucking, the random dude isn't here. So we can't compare names. Actually... I know, initials again. So on the cane, what were the initials on the cane? Do you remember? The cane of fucking Ashley. Was it RM also? Because I assumed the M meant McGilded. Yeah, I'm wondering if this is a connection somehow. I kind of want to wait to find out from Gabe. Because I don't want to, I want to look at it myself, but I don't want to get spoiled, potentially. I can't believe McGilded got McKilded. Excuse me. What the heck am I looking at? I'm distracted now. Anyway, I'll go ahead and just keep going. Uh-oh, my Digimon's evolving, but I haven't touched him. I'm pretty sure he's dying, actually. Oh, he evolved. One of my vital bracelet Digimon died the other day. Imagine getting COVID and not wearing this thing for like a week and then he just dies. The initials of the defendant. No! She has the same animations of Naruhodo. This is so funny. This fountain pen will be admitted immediately as critical evidence. Is it one of those Digivice Tamagotchi things? No, this one's the vital bracelet. So this is like the Fitbit kind of. It's the same thing though. It's a V-Pet, so. So, have I admitted anything? Decisive testimony and damning evidence. There's a bright blue sky outside the courthouse today. Perfect weather to ascribe guilt, I feel. I don't understand. The prosecutor ouchie of 9 months ago. Hold on, I want to take a look at that pen. A and G. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, it's still Ashley, huh? I can't look at it. It won't let me examine the pin. Okay. Damn it. I was hoping it was something else. Actually, what was his last name? Gregson? Makes sense. Yeah. Damn it, I thought there was something tying them together. None of this man's poise. Counsel for the defense, you may begin your cross-examination now. Naruhodo-san. I'm sleeping, Naruhodo. That means... Oh yes, me! Is there another Naruhodo in my courtroom? Actually, there isn't even a single Naruhodo in your courtroom. Counsel Ryutaro, pull yourself together, please. Alright, I've seen this countless times as a judicial assistant. Find inconsistencies in the witnesses' testimonies to prove that they're lying somehow. That's all there is to it. That's how a real lawyer should handle a cross-examination. So let's see what I can do. Well, I'm just gonna pick apart the last statement where they said she was stabbed multiple times. Do 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 do. Bum 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 da da da. It won't let me speed through it. Do do ding 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 ding. Bum bum bum.
Hold it!
Bum bum bum. Hold it. She was stabbed multiple times. How could you be sure of that? Very simply, from the blood on the blade. The blood? When I entered the hut, I saw the defendant holding the blade raised up in the air. Yes, that's right. I saw it too. Oh. And I noted that there was blood on the blade already at that point. In other words, the victim had already been stabbed at least once by the time I arrived at the scene. Why did you say multiple times then, you fucking idiot? Yes, that's right. I saw it too. And the victim was already holding the defendant's fountain pen in her hand, too. Then how did we get a picture afterwards with her, the fountain pen in the other one's hand? Wait, what? The victim was already holding the defendant's fountain. Oh, okay, my bad. I misread it. The victim did not die instantly. Yes, right. I saw it too. Being here in London was too much for him. He sounds like he's forgotten how to speak Japanese. The logic of your argument is sound, at least. Okay, I guess that wasn't enough. Well, I said, it is my guiding principle to carry out all testimonies flawlessly. Perhaps it should have been your guiding principle to protect the victim flawlessly. That's just my personal opinion, of course. Get owned, Hosonaga. Oh, fuck! She's murdering him! She's killing him in more ways than one. Hello? Counsel, you will refrain from mocking the witness. Why did I get a thing for that? Bam, 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 bam. I guess that wasn't what I needed to press on. That's so dumb. Bum, ba, da, 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 da. Bum, bum, bum. Da, 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 da. Hurry up! Get back to the testimony. Da, 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 da. Hurry up! I don't even care what they're saying. Evidence, of course. I don't need to present evidence right now. At least I don't think so. Blah 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 blah. Hurry up! Because he says in the thing at least once, so we don't need to really press that. Oh my god. Hurry up. Get to the point! Why is this conversation so long? Go! Go! Don't forget your blah 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 blah. I know. Hurry up! I can't make it faster! Hurry up! Oh my god, I should just pressed him from the start, huh?
Hold it!
God. In that jaunty disguise. Correct. Wait, no, I mean, I wasn't, it wasn't the first time I've worn this swimsuit for a dip in the ocean. It's tried and tested. What must be done to keep the Englishwoman under surveillance? Those were my orders that day. And this tried and tested outfit was the answer. Being able to blend flawlessly into a crowd is an important part of a detective's job, or duty, he said. Hello? I submerged myself in the salty water, leaving only Mr. Turtle floating inconspicuously on the surface. Mr. Turtle loves the water. What? Oh, there was no need for you to blend into the background on this assignment, really, was there? If that made you late arriving on the scene, I think perhaps you had your priorities wrong. If I could just lay it on him. Perhaps I shouldn't pursue this line of questioning any further at the moment. This poor guy. You're describing the victim's scream, presumably, Sasaki-san? In more literary terms, you might say it was a scream that could have pierced the heavens. Kya! Or the like. Of course, that's just a metaphor. We renowned authors aren't wont at describing such things, so. Sasaki-san wasn't at all like this in England. I really hate, like, sucking on his mustache that he does here. It's so... I don't even know if that's what he's doing, but it looks like that's what he's doing. I see the problem here. Oh, do you? Anyway, I spun around at the noise of the beach hut immediately fell under my gaze. Haru's sending me something, one moment. I see. Hold on. Yes, the beach hut. The area is popular with government ministers. Many have seaside retreats there for rest and recuperation. Locals are prohibited from entering the area, so it's always very quiet. The beach hut is a simple structure, erected as a place for people to change or take refuge from the sun. Bum bum bum. Hold on. Although the Englishwoman commandeered the hut for herself. Sorry, Haru was telling me some important stuff, so I had to respond. Which meant that I was forced to change into my swimwear on the sand. Huh? I imagine that was rather embarrassing for you. Well, anyway, I tossed the crab aside and headed for the beach hut at a run. Oh, okay. Or in more literary terms, I decrabbed a beetled off hutwise. What does that mean? What the fuck? Excuse me.
Hold it!
Hold it! Wait, by pair, you don't mean to say... But how could that be? No, you misunderstand. Obviously, I mean that the victim and the defendant, Ray Membami-san. Oh, it would have been helpful if you had just said that from the outset. That sounded like gibberish. Wait, what did? Oh, what he said? Hello, mother. Mother? Sorry. Mother? Sorry. If you jump to conclusions, you have to expect to fall flat on your face sometimes. Dear me, pinning your hopes on such an outside chance. Foolish, very foolish. Not problem. No, do you not get it? Do you not get the reference? Did you figure out the pun from Membami? Membami. Ray Membami? No, I did not. It really was an outside chance. I just wish I realized that before I said something silly. The name is not important. I see, okay. So, Inspector, why don't you tell the court how exactly you found the aforementioned pair in the hut? Well, it was a sorry sight. A really grisly scene. I'm glad to see you're doing well. I am. Thank you, Mother. I parted the Norn curtain hanging in the doorway and stepped inside, only to see the defendant leaning menacingly over the lifeless body of the victim sprawled in the sand. You're right. I'm not sure if I'd remember it either. Then why'd you ask me? Oh, you used to be Will's. Oh! What the heck? I remember that. I'm not gonna remember Mother, though. My glass is very nearly cracked at the ominous sight that met my eyes. How thoroughly appalling. Ugh, he doesn't appear to be lying here. Well, Saseki-san, can you confirm what Inspector Hosonaga is saying, I wonder? You'd like a literary man's opinion?
Hold it.
No wonder I didn't see the first chatter. Yeah. Well, there's a couple of bugs in here whose names aren't really familiar that still don't have the first chatter. Stabbed wildly. You actually saw her do it? Oh, indeed. A terribly spectre, a terrapin inspector, the bloody torrent, the author's torment. Every sight and every sound is still carved in my melancholy memory. That was my impression, at least. As a future literary sensation. Counsel, what on earth was that shrill, effeminate scream? No. What are you insinuating? I'm as manly as a Japanese man as you. I wonder if I might interject here, Soseki-san. Something you said is troubling me. That was my impression. Were your words just now, I believe? Were your words just now, I believe. So, do you mean to say you're not confident that you really did see what you've described? Now he's doing the shifty behavior that he does in London. No, I mean, yes. I mean, I know what I saw. My ears didn't deceive me when I heard that scream, hence my eyes didn't deceive me either. I could describe everything I saw vividly. I could publish it in tomorrow's newspaper serial. Da 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 da. It sounds as though the next installment of I Am a Cat may take a how do you say this word? Macabre turn. Macabre. I think this is a fool's errand. The more we press your author friend on what he saw, the more entrenched he's going to become. Macabre. Macabre. Da, 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 da. Oh dear, how awkward. Okay, so... Oh, excuse me. Am I supposed to press on one of these? I mean, I guess. Like, even though you said at least once, this is the only thing I could think that I'm supposed to press on. Because he specifies multiple times. Hold on. I'll just go ahead and press on it. What do I got to lose? Only my dignity.
Objection!
All right. Why'd it go black white like this? With that accusatory cry that just welled up from deep inside me, I think I finally understand. Every time Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san have stood here at this bench, the stakes have been very, very high indeed. What's the meaning of this menacing pose, counsel? I'd like the witness to clarify something for me. Oh, what? Where? When? Wow! Yeah, I feel like the ink on his hand. Yeah, he's writing with a pencil. Yeah. So the ink on this guy's hand is definitely supposed to be something that's supposed to catch our attention from now. He's definitely pretty sussy. Not you, Saseki-san. This query is that the right? Yes, directed at Inspector Hosonaga. At me. In your statement just now, you said that the victim was stabbed multiple times. Yes, that's right. As I said when I entered the hut. The defendant was already standing over the victim, bloody knife in hand, like a murderous demon. And yet, that cannot be. What? Get to the point, please, counsel. In the post-mortem report, it clearly states that the victim was stabbed one time only. I don't know if this actually changes anything, though. In other words, Inspector Hosanaga's testimony is clearly flawed. It's Soseki-san. Me? You claim to have seen Mamami-san in the throes of stabbing the victim. Yes, I did. Wildly. But both you and the inspector confirmed the same point, that there was already blood on the knife that you saw the defendant holding. Yes, and it's quite simple. We know the murder weapon was used to stab the victim only once. Therefore, there's no way there would have been blood on the knife if that single stabbing hadn't already occurred. What throws me off also is that if they had ran in immediately after they heard the scream, and they're assuming the scream is obviously of the victim, then she would have still been alive by the time they ran in there. Though it's obvious to assume that the scream was probably from our defendant, and she had pulled the knife out herself after noticing it in there. It was, what I think honestly is that the murderer is the lady herself. I feel like this is like a type of death you've seen in like some sort of like criminal type of what do you call it? Like shows and stuff. Like you can see right here. You can see this gap in the wood. So what I think was that she drugged herself, put the knife in that gap, and then, you know, forced herself against it somehow. And then, you know, came to fucking embarrass on the floor. She used ice so the evidence would melt away. Wasn't that one of the murders in fucking Detective Conan? Anyway, that's gonna be it. These first cases are always really simple, so it's just gonna be easy to find out that she killed herself. It's suicide. The knife was in her. Yeah, easy. Easy peasy. Murder Mysteries love the ice plot point. Oh, so it's been somewhere else. There's no way there could have been blood on the knife if that single stabbing hadn't already occurred. True. What exactly is your contention, counsel? Are you ever going to tell us? No. Yes, Your Excellency, there's only one logical conclusion. What Soseki-san in fact saw was not the moment the defendant stabbed the victim at all, but the moment that the defendant in fact withdrew the blade from the victim's body. That can't be! Oh, goodness. Excellent work, Susato. Who? I'm not Susato. You exploded at them without objection and then proceeded to pull them apart systematically. Objection! Who the fuck is Susato? Well, this takes me back. Yes, I seem to remember your cousin staged a scene much like this one at the trial 9 months ago. A half-witted child with a half-baked objection attempting to steal the show. You're right, there were certain similarities. Except that so-called half-witted child managed to outwit the prosecution, who has only half a head of hair. Slander! My head is quite adequately dressed. Yeah, that's not slander. We can see it. In any case, all this talk of stabbing and withdrawing and multiple wounds, it makes not a jolt of difference. They would definitely say that. Why not? Engage your brain, young man. When the accused first plunged the deadly weapon to the victim, that was the fatal blow. And it was at that moment she had, just as she had withdrawn the blade ready for her next strike, that the witnesses saw. The knife was already tainted with blood because the accused had already stabbed the victim. All you have successfully shown with your little display is that the mustached author is prone to moments of extravagance. Oh my goodness. I've already got this whole scene figured out. I am in agreement with the prosecution. If the defendant was seen wielding the blade at all. I just realized that the true murder that I had revealed did not mention the fucking pen or the fucking the guy in the background. Fuck. What is that about then? Shit. He could have done it, I guess. Made it seem like it was a suicide. Or not a suicide, rather. But fuck. What the heck? Yeah, I'm still confused. Anyway, that the sufficient grounds for actions will be viewed with suspicion. But if she was withdrawing the blade, then we are back to where we started. Sorry? Consider this, young yokel boy. If the student girl is innocent as you claim, then why would she have pulled the blade from the victim? And with a demon's cold-blooded composure, too. The prosecution demands an explanation, and it had better be good. Why did Ray pull out the knife? Oh yes, going for the jugular. What does father mean by that? Her holding the pen would make sense if it was the journalist. Yeah. Let the court hear your answer then, counsel. Truth is, I don't really know. But I have to come up with a plausible reason here, or we don't have a case. The reason why the defendant pulled the knife blade out of the victim's body was surely so she could... Either... to be honest, it's either gonna be these first two. I feel like if she screamed, it's not to stab her again. If she had that motive, that frustration against this lady, I feel like it could have been like, ah, you fucking bitch, you're gonna go ahead and die on me, take the knife out, stab her again, just to get, you know? But I feel like if she screamed, if it actually surprised her, then she would take the knife out just to save her. According to the post-mortem report, the victim's death was not instant. That's correct. It's thought she would have had remained conscious for a short while after sustaining her injury. In that case, the reason she died is because she pulled the knife out. The woman bled to death. Oh wait, it was an internal hemorrhaging, right? Yeah, she bled to death. So she should have left the knife in. That's what happened with fucking Steve Irwin, right? If he's using a pencil because that's his pen, which you got the ink smear from. Whoops! Oopsie! Oh well. Indeed, giving her the time to take hold of this piece of evidence that clearly indicates her killer. It reminded me of him. It's been too long, Gabe. You can get over it. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure almost any bug has just gotten over it. The way I'm saying that just seems like kind of mean. What I'm trying to say is that Steve Irwin would not want you to be upset or angry or frustrated in his death. I feel like it's kind of my issue with Betty White. Be like, she was old. Y'all. I can't really be sad. She lived a full life. She was old as heck. And Steve Irwin, he died doing what he loved, so... Anyway, the point is, being a medical research assistant, Mbami-san was compelled to act when faced with the wounded victim. Instinctively, she pulled the blade out in an attempt to save Miss Brett's life. Am I wrong? Tuck. Did you hear that, Your Excellency? It would seem that this is the best we can expect of this young yokel. Indeed. Huh? Is it just me, or does it suddenly feel much colder in here? Your Excellency, if I may. Speak, witness. Speak, witness. I would like another opportunity to testify. In respect to the slipshod assertion just put forward by the yokel defense counsel, I mean. Slipshod? He also called her a yokel. An excellent idea, Inspector. Our young yokel hopeful has a modicum of knowledge when it comes to the law, it seems. Wow. Your Honor, I'd like a do-over, please. Your Honor, I made a whoopsie-daisy. What's with all the ad hominem attacks in the court? I don't know. But in matters of medicine, he appears not to possess not one iota common sense. Are we saying that removing the knife was an obvious way to cause somebody to bleed out? Oh, fuck. Very well, Inspector. I will permit your request. You will testify again before the court on the subject of the defense counsel's assertion. Yes, sir. I will do so flawlessly. Alright, and at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop. We're gonna go ahead and end here. It went a whole 15 more minutes, 20 minutes past where I wanted to go. Excuse me. Let's go see who we can raid, shall we? Let's go raid Ayumi. She is another VTuber who I actually played some Monster Hunter with yesterday in Poppy's stream last night. Excuse me. My nose is all sniffly. I don't know what kind of VTuber she is, but she is a VTuber. We were more so acquainted rather than, you know, introduced, so we don't quite know each other. But she is playing Monster- Don't- What the fuck, Shinzo? Don't- I say I'm getting better by referring to it as draining, and now just anybody else just fucking- That's all you can say now, huh? Anyway. Let's go say hi to Ayumi, and later on probably I might play more Monster Hunter Rise with Pappy. I don't want to do it. I don't want to say anything specific. He should be going live in about 2 hours if anybody wants to check him out as well. He is a very fun streamer. But anyway, so check him out regardless, even if I don't play, because I'll be watching him anyway. But anyway, so let's go say hi to Ayumi, and I will see you all tomorrow. What, Gabe? This is on the Steam version, so we can't play together unless you have the Steam version as well. But anyway, tomorrow I'll be live again at 5 p.m. CDT with Tales of the Abyss, right? I think it's been a while since I turned on my PS2. And I'll see you all then, I hope. Goodbye!